this Justin Baldoni reportedly attended Blake Lively's deposition in person as their legal dispute over It Ends With Us intensifies. Held at Lively's attorney's office in New York City yesterday, the session was governed by a protective order allowing her team to control the location and attendee list. He apparently sat in while she was questioned by his lawyers. In all, the deposition apparently featured attorneys from both sides, a videographer, a court reporter, and Blake and Baldoni all in the room. So this is the first time I think they've been together.
Yeah,
like
we've both done depositions when we were coming from Y100 to WMMR. Was there anybody from Y100 or from the company, the parent company across the table from us? Do you remember?
Yeah,
they were invited to be, that's part of the deal. You can.
Yeah, there were a couple of people that were there, Steve, but I don't remember their names, but there were some higher-ups from Justin Baldoni was not there.
He's not there. Yeah.
No. Lively has accused Baldoni of sexual harassment and retaliation, which he denies. His $400 million countersuit was dismissed in June. Lively, meanwhile, has remained outspoken, saying that she's more resolved than ever to continue to stand for every woman's right to have a voice. And the trial is scheduled for March next year. Both stars are expected to testify, so that goes on.
Those depositions are wild things because they're meant really to cull usable material for the trial itself and to trip you up and to have you say something or not complete a sentence.
Yeah.
And that's the whole purpose.
And then sometimes they'll question you later on during the actual trial.
Yeah.
They say, but you said here in the deposition, blah, 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 blah.
And the legal response would be, nah-uh.
Yeah. All right, so Jason Momoa, who I mentioned his birthday today, has broken the internet for stepping back into the Dune universe. And the actor usually gets shredded for his action roles, but reprising his role as Duncan Idaho in the third Dune installment has him shedding some facial hair instead. In a new video, the actor shaves off his signature beard, saying, "Only for you, Dennis," in honor of Denis Villeneuve, that's the director. And it's the first time in 6 years that he has gone clean shaven.
So he's not playing.
He wasn't exactly thrilled about it.
He's playing Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
He does look. We've seen him for so long with a beard. It does look weird.
Yeah, here's a clip of him talking about it.
This is the kickoff, Dune 3, and I want to tell you guys and inform people that Mononella, powered by Boomerang, is out there trying to make change. Only for you, Denny. Oh, man.
So what he was talking about is his water brand, Aloha, and they're trying to be waste conscious and all that stuff, and so that's what he was talking about, the kickoff. So he got in the big plug while he was shaving his beard off.
He's great in both movies.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So actually, he was only in the first.
Oh, the first, that's right, yeah.
So he will be joined by, let's see here, his real-life son, Nakoa Wolf Momoa, who is playing Leto II, the son of Paul Atreides, and Chani, played by Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. And Momoa said proudly, he's into the workforce for the first time. He's done it all on his own, and good for him. So Dune Part 3 hits theaters December 18th of 2026. Very much looking forward to that. Hulk Hogan's official cause of death has been revealed, as have some other struggles that he faced in his final days. While it was announced that it was acute myocardial infarction, it's what it says here, infarction.
No, that's right, yeah.
Was brought about by the Hulkster's passing. Us Weekly is reporting that Hogan suffered from chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL, a type of cancer that affects white blood cells. While it was not a contributing factor to his death, it was not revealed exactly how long he had been dealing with that particular disease. But they had said that, they had set up pretty much a hospital in his house those last few weeks of his life. Reality star Erika Jayne has pulled back the curtain on the new man in her life. Now, I had to look up who this was. She's a Beverly Hills housewife.
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
you're more Real Housewives.
Yeah, but she's been on a couple of other shows as well. Anyhow, she said, I met someone and we went out on 2 dates and then we went to get a manicure pedicure. She explained after photos of the pair were published last month. She said, I feel comfortable holding this person's hand and he's a nice man. I haven't been seen with anybody in 5 years. That's what it says.
This is so exciting.
I haven't been seen with. Okay. So this is a really nice person, and I enjoy my time with him. This nice person has been ID'd as a bodyguard to the star's John McPhee, the Real Housewife, or the star John McPhee, I don't know. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star is currently going through a divorce with her husband, Tom Girardi, who began serving his 7-year prison sentence for fraud earlier this month.
There are legions of
people.
reality stars that we have no clue who they are because there's so many friggin' reality shows on TV.
And there's a bunch of them that are in jail, too. They're just getting arrested and stuff.
Look, it just sprung the Chrisleys.
Oh, my God. It's unreal. All right, so Zawe Ashton is clearing up any misconceptions about her relationship with Tom Hiddleston. So I recognize that name. But yes. Zawe Ashton, I don't know.
So I might recognize Zawe because Zawe might have been on the Martin Short hosted version of Match Game.
Okay.
Right. I don't know.
Okay.
But I remember a Zawe. No, that's not the same.
Zawe is how you
That's his wife?
say her first name. So she said that she and Hiddleston are not married.
Okay.
Despite having previously referred to him as her husband in an interview. She said, we've been engaged for a long time, and there have been publications that have named us husband and wife already, though it's definitely not the case. She explained that in private, she and Hiddleston call each other husband and wife because it didn't feel right to call each other boyfriend, girlfriend, especially when they were expecting their second child together. So
he's with Zawe now. He had been with Boeing for a while.
And Kabam.
And WAP.
Right, yeah.
That's so dumb. Like, I'm sorry that, like, it doesn't sound right to call you my boyfriend and girlfriend because we have a child together, but you're not married. That makes you husband and wife. You're still boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that it doesn't sound right.
By the way,
just
Steve,
get married.
I'm just thinking about Batman and
Right.
the punching moments. Kapow!
Yeah.
Splat! Zowie!
Yeah.
Splat! These are all the people Tom Hiddleston is
This is
dating.
my baby mama Splat.
So Ireland's Court of Appeal dealt MMA legend Conor McGregor something he rarely got in the ring, which is a loss. The fighter lost his appeal in a civil rape case stemming from an incident in 2018.
So I wonder what the ramifications of that are now.
He was found liable in November in a civil rape and sexual assault case and ordered to pay his accuser, Nikita Hand, about $257,000. Hand accused McGregor in 2021 of brutally raping and battering her while she was drunk after she invited him to join her and a friend at a December 2018 company holiday party.
So if I'm hearing this right, this isn't
It's civil.
criminal. It's civil. So the door's been open to sue the living hell out of him.
Yeah, McGregor said that he'd been appealing the decision in a post on social that has since been deleted. So, yeah, he's lost again. Wow. Justin Timberlake, who just wrapped his world tour on Wednesday, revealed that he has been battling Lyme disease. The pop singer said that he decided to share his diagnosis to shed some light, he said, on what I've been up against behind the scenes. So his post also came after he received backlash online from fans who attended the Electric Castle Festival in Romania earlier this month. In TikTok videos posted by several attendees, the Grammy winner is seen telling the crowd, to sing, come on, while he was performing his hit, Can't Stop the Feeling. And some expressed disappointment at the performance, commenting in the post that they felt Timberlake barely sang. And you can see in the videos, he's letting the crowd do the most of the work.
So, Preston, that was met with a ton of online sort of parody memes. And there's one where, so the song is playing, and then he says, you guys sing along, and it's a guy working on a car, and he gets under and is starting to change the oil, and he slides back out to sing again.
Yeah.
And it's showing these long... When I go to a concert... I'm fine with this once in a while.
Right,
but
right.
there's some artists that do it all the time.
Yep, agreed. He said, if you experience a disease or know someone who has, then you're aware. Living with this can be relentlessly debilitating, both mentally and physically. Timberlake said his diagnosis came as a shock, but explained why he would experience a massive amount of nerve pain, fatigue, or sickness while performing.
I tell you what, no matter how laconic he was on stage, we were talking about recent footage of Frankie Valli.
Oh, my God.
Which is, it's like elder abuse. They have him propped up on stage, and he can't even lip sync.
Yeah, he's just barely opening his mouth.
Yeah.
and the you can hear the vocals are clear and bright and everything, and he's obviously lip syncing, but he can barely keep up with it.
So with Justin Timberlake, like at what point is it the show must go on and I'm going to do the show and because the tickets have been sold and versus I'm not going to be able to put on a good show, so I need to cancel, postpone, whatever.
That's a good point, because we just had Ozzy's final show where he actually went out and sang in rehearsals to make sure that he was part of that and dialed in. Obviously, there were physical elements that he couldn't overcome, but I don't know.
I'd rather have a canceled show than a crappy show.
I think me too. Yeah,
I agree.
Because you feel like you wouldn't get your money's worth, and you'd be bummed if you have to get a refund or whatever. But I'd rather not go to a show and have it suck.
And it's a black eye on the artist. You know, then word can start to spread that they're not that good anymore. So
I tell you what, Nick, why don't you sing this lyric? I don't feel so good. My tummy hurts.
I've been at Pearl Jam shows and Dave Matthews shows and other artists where like the voice wasn't quite what is like at other shows, and you notice it, But I appreciate artists trying. But sometimes I feel like maybe we should have postponed this one.
Timberlake said he weighed the decision to stop the tour, but ultimately decided that the joy of performing brings far outweighs the feelings, the stress that he was feeling. He said, "I'm so glad I kept going," and he said that the tour has been the most fun, emotional, gratifying, physically demanding, and at times grueling experience. He said, "I was reluctant to talk about this," meaning the Lyme disease. "I was always raised to keep something like this to yourself, but I am trying to be more transparent about my struggles so that they aren't misinterpreted."
Would his best bet be to just do the NSYNC reunion and tour with them and like this way the onus is not completely on him?
That's working with Backstreet Boys.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're back. All right.
Do you want to hear?
As much money for Timberlake, though.
True. Yeah.
All right, this is him performing?
This is him not performing.
Or not performing, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would piss me off.
Not singing at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between that and the Tom Petty coming out and doing one line and then everybody takes over and the crowd sings and then he joins in. This is somebody who just can't do it. I'd rather you fess up to the crowd and say, "Guys, I feel horrible. I can't do this. I can't put on a show
I have
tonight."
Lyme disease and a little bit of diarrhea, and I got a cold sore.
All right, so a couple other stories here. The gruesome Hostel horror franchise is making its way to streaming. The same team behind the films, Eli Roth, writer, director, executive producer, and producers Chris Briggs and Mike Fleiss are behind the upcoming Peacock series. And they've locked down Oscar nominee Paul Giamatti to star
For the Hostel series?
Yeah, I was surprised.
How the hell does that happen?
I was very surprised to see this. Plot details are under wraps at this point, as is a premiere date and any other casting. But the fact that he agreed to do that,
so you got to understand that those movies are like on the Saw level. I mean,
it's brutal.
They're brutal.
Yeah, so
Maybe it's a combination of that and Sideways.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe they have this lovely wine. Oh, well,
What pairs well with a human bladder?
So you're probably going to see a whole lot more of the hit Netflix movie K-Pop Demon Hunters. I was just talking to my son Carter. He just watched this recently. The movie has been a huge hit for the streamer, becoming their most popular animated film ever.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh, wow.
The animated film features a trio of K-pop idols who fight demons with their music, but they face a huge challenge when the demons make their own boy band. The songs in the movie also climb the charts, with Golden hitting #1 on the Billboard Global 200. Netflix is now looking to expand on their success with plans for 2 sequels already being tossed around. On top of that, a live-action remake, a stage musical, and a whole bunch of branded products are reportedly being discussed for this.
So you know how we talk about sliding in and out of various streaming services, and you like Apple was the go-to for a while. Well, Netflix is back on the radar with Hunting Wives and Untamed, which is Eric Bana's show. He's a park ranger. It's a murder mystery. It's terrific.
Yeah.
Great show.
Any K-pop groups in that one?
I was going to check this one out. Yeah.
Okay, so we have movies opening this weekend. have opening The Naked Gun. A comedy action stars Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson, Paul Walter Hauser. Only one man has the particular set of skills to lead a police squad and save the world. The son of legendary detective Frank Drebin. And it's an hour and 28 minutes long. It's rated PG-13. It's a wide theater release today and gets a very high 90% score at Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's great news for a movie like that.
Yeah. And I was trying to think, I said this yesterday, the last time I went to the movies to see a comedy, it seems like it must have been like 15 years ago.
We also have opening this weekend the movie Together. It's a horror sci-fi. It stars Allison Brie, Dave Franco, and Damon Harriman. Years into their relationship, Tim and Millie find themselves at a crossroads as they move to the country, abandoning all that is familiar in their lives except each other, and with tensions already flaring, a nightmarish encounter with a mysterious unnatural force threatens to corrupt their lives, their love, and their flesh. It's an hour and 42 minutes long. Rated R, wide theater release. Rotten Tomatoes score, 91%.
Oh, wow.
And then finally, The Bad Guys 2 opens. It's a comedy adventure. Stars Sam Rockwell, Mark Maron, and Craig Robinson. Everyone's favorite felons are back, and this time they got company. As for now, reformed bad guys are trying very, very hard to be good, and they instead find themselves hijacked into a high-stakes, globe-trotting heist masterminded by a new team of criminals they never saw coming, the Bad Girls. It's an hour and 44 minutes long, rated PG. It's a wide theater release, and also gets a really good 87% score.
It's a good weekend for new movies.
Rotten Tomatoes has some good stuff coming up. All right, we got clips to play as well. My Oxford Year follows an American student who meets someone that changes her trajectory. In this clip, Sophia Carson details how the film stays true to the best-selling novel.
It's tough because so many people are so attached to, their characters in their minds. So I think we did our best to honor Anna and Jamie's love story, but each of us bring our own stamp onto each of the characters. I think the essence of our love story remains so true to the book that so many people fell in love with.
Shut the up, huh?
My Oxford Year is streaming now, and you can find that on Netflix. Here's our next one. Jason Momoa is taking charge in Chief of War as his character aims to bring peace towards two clashing Hawaiian nations. Here he talks about the impact this series has on him.
There's nothing in my life that'll ever be as big as this. I think that with the success of Aquaman has really helped be able to tell such an epic tale. So for myself, this is as big as it gets. After this, I think there's really nothing that could ever come close.
Shut up, dummy.
Chief of War is streaming now, and that's on Apple TV Plus if you'd like to see that.
That looks wild. But also because he's physicality-wise, he's not Aquaman cut up, but he looks true to what the guy he's playing would look like.
Oh, yeah?
They were showing, not illustrations of what they believe he looked like, but yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Nice.
All the Hawaiian legends and history.
Does look cool. All right, so that's it for the Entertainment Report. It's a little after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. Going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a second. We got a full day ahead of us. We hope you're going to make us a part of your morning. Stay put. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve.
And they look terrific. They look like they're a lot.
Yeah.
One of the grilled paninis is grilled with mac and cheese.
That's her favorite.
Okay. Is that a grilled cheese sandwich?
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, it's a panini.
Wait a second.
I'd call it a grilled. Well, it's not grilled because it's
a panini.
Well, it depends on.
It's not ciabatta, it's panini.
Right, I know, but it depends on whether they butter or use oil to
I have a follow-up question.
Now there's
Does it involve
I know they
dragons?
put it in a panini press. Maybe that is considered that because it may be a grilled cheese with pasta.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
You
Now, do you think, follow-up question, Wawa would send us some so we could sample them on our...
Well, a panini press is a...
Yeah.
It's kind of a grilled cheese, right?
No, it's a whole different sandwich. It's a panini.
Now, let me ask you guys this because
Says Master Chef. Master Chef Kathy Romano.
just a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, I came to this amazing
country
revelation of using leftover meatballs, and I make a grilled cheese meatball sandwich. Now, I don't necessarily consider it a meatball first sandwich. I consider it a grilled cheese sandwich first.
With meatballs.
With meatballs, because what I'll do is I cut up the meatballs, I cook them in the microwave. Then I put them on, the cheesed bread, but I use provolone cheese, and then I use the sauce to taste, not overly sauce it, but like sauce to taste, and then I grill that with the butter and all that. And I'm telling you, it is amazing.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the way to get creative with grilled cheese is using the different types of cheese. Once you start to add in elements
like meat,
you're on your way to a cheeseburger.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that,
You know what I'm
Steve. I think
saying?
it takes it. I think
So it's a meatball sandwich and not a grilled cheese.
I think so. I
Okay.
think that once you add meat, that's the main ingredient.
Right.
That has become the main ingredient.
The cheese needs to be the star.
The cheese needs to be the star.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You don't have to
That's
be
the name of my book.
And tell us about your book, The Cheese Needs to Be the Star. Well, it's really pretty much a look back at my career in radio.
Preston, have you seen the number of texts coming in saying that one should use mayo instead of butter?
There's a guy on the line right now, or girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen
that.
it. I have not dared
on.
to
I
try
rebuke you.
No.
I've not dared to try it, but that is a technique. So we have a few people. Let me go to Dave
right.
here. Hi, Dave. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Not much. Yeah, mayo is it. It doesn't tear the bread like butter would, and it fries up crisp.
Well, mayo is also,
It's a wholly different flavor than butter, though.
It would make.
You know what I mean?
I would have to try it, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll do it today.
Yeah, I would have to try it. So
I like it's odd because Steve, I do like mayonnaise, but the idea of searing it like that seems kind of gross.
There are a lot of eggs in mayo. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's eggs and oil. So,
Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you got both ingredients. Yeah, you know, I would
There's
have
no
to
eggs
try
and
it.
butter.
Ooh.
There's no eggs and
And
butter,
you
though.
can't tune a fish.
If you
Yeah.
don't tune your butt.
You know,
I don't know.
dated a girl for a hot minute who they made their French toast with
Thanks, Dave.
cheese. And so now I'm wondering if you were to make a grilled cheese and then kind of coat everything in the egg wash.
Wait,
the same way
Well,
you
it's a
would.
Monte Cristo sandwich is
Okay.
made that way.
All
It's,
right.
it's French toast, and then in between is cheese and turkey, and then apple slices.
What would,
Right,
they,
okay.
what would they do, Casey?
She would make, and I never had it. We didn't date long enough for me to try her.
Yeah.
But they would do their
Have you
French
tasted
toast.
my daughter's sandwich?
They would do French toast with cheese.
French toast with cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
I don't. Well, not with syrup. I mean, but if it was a grilled cheese like French toast style, I'd do that.
All right, hang on. I'm going to go to Jenna because she does the mayo technique as well. Hi, Jenna. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Wonderful. All right, Jenna, what is it that's so much better with mayonnaise instead of butter?
It's just the flavor of it. I don't know. I grew up eating mayonnaise on every single sandwich, and my son likes just cheese sandwiches with mayonnaise, and it's easier just to throw it in the frying pan and say, hey, here's a grilled cheese, and he's not a big fan of butter, so that was the big difference there.
Okay.
But you can also use bacon grease. I don't know if Kathy remembers the Conshohocken Cafe that was on Fayette Street. I worked there all through college and everything, and we used to use bacon grease for our grilled cheeses, too.
That's a great idea. We used to save our bacon grease when I was a kid growing up.
And drink it in the morning.
No, we would not drink it in the morning, but we could use it to as a base to cook things with, a la, shortening or
It was a standard.
lard
we had
or whatever.
We had those jars,
Yeah.
mason jars. Of, yes,
that's what we
It was a
keep it.
standard.
Or like an old
Yeah.
jelly jar or
Yep.
something like that.
And
Yeah.
my mother used to hollow out a bagel and keep her birth control pills.
Oh
in
my
it.
God,
Oh my God! Did
so
you ever,
unique.
It's just a thing you used to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Southern.
Did you? Okay. This is a two-part question. And what are your thoughts on mustard, whether it be yellow mustard or spicy mustard on your grilled cheese? And what do you consider a grilled ham and cheese? Is that still grilled cheese, or are we going into the other territory?
You're raising a good point with the ham inclusion. I still believe that the cheese, as per Preston's best-selling novel, the cheese is the star.
I would never say that. I would never say a grilled cheese with ham.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd
Right.
say it's a grilled ham and cheese.
Exactly.
So ham takes top billing.
Okay.
I don't think it's a grilled cheese anymore.
It does take top, but you have to do that with mustard, right? Grilled ham and cheese with mustard. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a star to be in my sandwich.
No.
And you know what's oddly is good on that is a little bit of pineapple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Come over.
Yeah.
I should probably try that today, too.
Yeah. See, Wawa can do that.
So I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I'll ask you a question.
Mustard?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think mustard with a grilled cheese can be good.
Yeah.
but it's great all by itself. You know what I mean?
is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Spicy brown, though, right?
I could do either, but I prefer spicy brown.
Especially if ham is involved.
I'm going with Casey's take on that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? I'm sorry to do this. Grilled peanut butter and jelly.
No,
because I know we're talking about grilled cheese.
That's like a hot pocket. And I
would say unequivocally,
back to hell, demon.
Go suck it.
Yeah.
No.
Really?
No, the idea of that. No, it
That's
doesn't.
that's not a grilled cheese at all. It's not. There's no cheese. It's not certainly. You know what? It's not.
In
It's
fact,
not a full
I'm gonna see
traditional
myself out.
turkey dinner.
I find it disrespectful that on National Grilled Cheese Day that you would even raise that question.
I'm begging for your forgiveness.
Why don't you go into a synagogue and say, "What if Jesus was the son?"
All right,
You don't do that.
we were overrun with mayonnaise phone calls.
Do we go in depth? Do we go a current affair on this?
Well, Jared had a moment at a restaurant. Hi, Jared. Hi, Jared. You're on the air. Good morning.
You guys rock.
Thank you, man. All right, what's the incident that happened with the mayonnaise?
So I used to run a restaurant back in the day, and they were getting really behind, and it was like a grilled cheese day that we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I got back there, and we had like fresh churned butter, so it was like real soft. Well, I messed up, and I put mayo on all these grilled cheeses, put them down, sent them out. Well, I ended up coming back, and they were like, oh, like they were the best grilled cheese we ever had. Come to find out, I put mayo on all of them.
All of them.
So that actually became our biggest seller.
So that was your signature grilled cheese sandwich was prepared with mayo. To your own personal taste, do you like it better?
I wouldn't say it's better, but it gives it a bite. Like you use it with like Cooper Sharp cheese, like it's completely different.
Huh.
So like we did a different thing. We actually did a condiment grilled cheese. So if you wanted mustard on it, we actually did mustard on the grill, and that hardens up real nice. It gets a real a real crispy bite.
On the outside of it, you did mustard and then grilled it?
Yep. And it
Wow.
actually comes out really good.
Cray.
All right, interesting.
I'm concerned now about the number of restaurants that are bringing sandwiches like this to us. And what that will do.
We need to spread it out.
Too many.
We need really.
All right, so Steven actually sent me a few grilled cheese from Food Network, grilled cheese recipes, and there's a few of them here that I've done before and like to have from time to time. Grilled tomato and cheese, I think, is a great
That's
one.
a standard, and I do love that one.
Well, now the tomato's taking top billing there, Preston.
No, it's
No.
not.
You said grilled
Well,
tomato
you're
and
right.
cheese.
It says grilled tomato and cheese.
I would say grilled
call it a
cheese
grilled
and
cheese
tomato.
with tomato.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
There is a grilled cheese with bacon. You can put it on there,
And that's grilled cheese with bacon.
which is awesome. Cheddar and apple grilled cheese.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you ever have like apple slices and cheese together, that's, or fruit and cheese, that can work
Makes
out
it
nicely.
healthy.
Sandwich you can eat on the run.
Smoked Gouda and roasted red pepper grilled cheese.
Oh, I like Gouda.
I like
you do.
Gouda, yeah.
You like Gouda a lot.
All right.
You know, you'll find good Gouda, Abu Dhabi.
I have a story in the bizarre file with Abu Dhabi coming up in a
I'm
little while.
thinking a grilled brie
Yeah.
would be
Yes.
yummy.
I've had it.
A grilled ham and brie.
Yes.
Is fantastic.
on a baguette.
Oh my God!
Nick, my wife makes a it's an app she'll put out at parties, but it's brie and it's grilled in or it's baked in like a challah.
Like a baked brie?
Yeah.
And it gets all runny
And
and
then there's a
gooey.
little bit of raspberry or something too.
Yeah, but
It's-
you know what, Steve? It's got that protective shell on the outside.
and it gives it cohesion.
God bless that shell.
Hang on a second here. Let me go to Garrett has a recipe. Hi, Garrett. Good morning.
Yo, good morning. Sorry to bother you guys at work.
Nah, brother. What's up?
Yeah, so check it out. So a couple years ago, I was getting creative in the kitchen, and, I was making a grilled cheese, and I was like, you know what, I want to get a little creative here. So I scratched the cheese entirely, and I had some leftover buffalo chicken dip from the football game before, and I spread that on there, just made it like a normal grilled cheese. Actually, the same way Casey does. Like, I take the slab of butter, throw it down, then I kind of, like, mush it around a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, swirl it around. But, dude, I'm telling you, that is a banging sandwich.
So
I love buffalo.
I guess buffalo chicken dip has cream cheese in it, so that's technically in the cheese family.
Well, we throw some cheddar cheese in our buffalo chicken dip too, so kind of
Okay.
we get in there.
Speaking as someone who has
Interesting. Thank you,
now
Garrett.
about 160 packets of Star-Kissed buffalo, I love that.
Buffalo tuna?
The buffalo tuna is great. The buffalo dip in
buffalo dip. I'm
every
sorry.
application, that buffalo flavor, whatever it is. You said it has cream cheese in it. I didn't know that.
The dips usually
Okay,
do.
yeah, delicious.
I will say that Panera, they sometimes can hit or miss on some of their things, but consistently their tomato soup and their grilled cheese is good.
So
I agree.
What's the new What's the new sandwich that they're
The Panera?
They mentioned a type of pepper. It's like a
Freshy pepper?
It's you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen the thing?
Is it like
it's like a new like a Mediterranean.
You know what, Steve? They should probably send us samples.
I'm intrigued.
Yes,
Is it,
it's a new thing that they're pushing.
Wouldn't
and
be
it's
a
got
poblano pepper, would it?
no, I don't know, but it is a red pepper that apparently has this incredibly exotic, wonderful taste.
Okay, wait, like a vegetable or like the crushed red pepper?
A vegetable.
No, like a vegetable pepper.
Side note, stuffed peppers. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah,
Like you
well,
put
we should
sausage
have
in
a
there.
restaurant and call it Sergeant Pepper.
Well, listen, it's sort of offensive that you bring it up on Grilled Cheese Day.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean,
I said side note.
stay in your lane, buddy. All right, roasted poblano and mushroom grilled cheese.
No poblano.
I like a poblano.
I do like poblano.
I like it the poblano.
I like saying poblano. Fun syllable.
I come
know what-
from
you know
the
what
village of Poblano.
Do you know what a smoked poblano is? An ancho chili.
Oh.
If you ever see ancho chili.
I don't know why I
Ancho
reacted
cheese.
like that. Yeah.
I believe so.
That ain't your cheese.
Wait, so it's the same thing?
It's the same thing, but it's smoked. It's prepared differently, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Here, this one sounds interesting. Grilled cheese with everything bagel seasoning.
Traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
Thank you, Marissa. Yes, Case?
They're listening right now, my whole family, and they just heard the shout out. So that they're all having coffee together right now. So
Excellent.
my mom heard that.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Mommy. Love you.
All right, we need to clean out the junk drawer before the weekend hits. Let's go
It's
for
the
it.
junk drawer. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, let's dig in and see what we can find for you. All right, I found this. So there's
look at that.
new survey that's out that asks more than 25,000 Americans about what they think of terms of endearment and which ones they use most often for their significant other. 50% of respondents say that they regularly refer to their partner by a pet name. So I'm asking you guys, do you have pet names for your significant others that you use?
I use Sweetheart a lot.
Yeah.
She has a couple for me.
I use baby.
Yeah, baby will pop up now and then.
Yep. I don't know why. It just always felt
Sweetie, Sweetheart.
comfortable to me.
And
Honey's
then,
another one, I guess.
Oddly enough, John McDivitt. I don't know why.
McDivitt.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cute.
Nick or Casey, you guys want to weigh in? You have anything?
I'm trying to think. No, I don't think I have.
We
one.
use Honey and Sweetie, or no, actually not Sweetie, Sweetheart. But let me ask you guys this, because we got in a dumbass fight one time, my wife and I. How would you spell, if you were sending a text to your wife and you were to call her Hun, how would you spell Hun?
H-O-N.
H-U-N.
H-U-N.
Otherwise, it's a German.
Yeah.
So I
So I go H-O-N.
Yeah.
She goes H-U-N. And we were both very convinced that we were right.
I think that,
Call
that
her Hessian.
H-O-N is the proper way to do it, but it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? And that's the way I do it. I say H-O-N. H-U-N looks stupid to me. You know what I mean? It looks dumb.
How do you spell Han Solo?
H-A-N.
A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Honey is H-O-N-E-Y.
Right.
So I understand that. But to me, when I read that, it looks like Han.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't call her Han, I call her Hun.
So you spell it H-U-N?
I believe in a text. Yeah. You know what? Maybe I might have reversed it. Who knows?
Okay.
It wasn't like an actual fight.
Yeah. Ask Lando Calrissian how to spell it. So how do you spell there's Sweetie? I spell it I-E.
Yeah.
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 Right?
Yeah.
But I've been told that Y is as a term of endearment, and that didn't seem right.
No.
Yeah.
I'm S-W-E-E-T-I-E.
Okay.
I dated a girl, and her prior boyfriend always spelled it sweaty. And,
Oh, my God.
that annoyed-
Hey, Sweaty.
She was like, I can't take this guy seriously. He spells it wrong every time.
You're a little swamp ass.
Marissa, do you and Matt use terms of endearment?
100%. We are babe. Back
Babe.
and forth. I'm looking at
Hey,
our
babe.
texts, and it's hey babe, hey babe.
Okay.
Back and forth.
Babe is a good one. I like that. So, according to this poll, babe is used the most.
Babe, I love you.
20% overall. It's more common for those ages 30 to 44 at 28% and drops to 10% for people over 65 years old. Honey is second at 13%. And they call their partner this pet name, but using it could reveal your age. Nearly a quarter of seniors prefer this name compared to just 6% of Gen Z. Baby is used by 10% of all age groups, but most popular with Gen Z, believe it or not.
So there's a riff on Honey that she'll call me Honkles.
Okay.
That's my made-up nickname, Honkles.
Okay,
yeah.
all right, so it's like a nickname.
It's a riff name, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Then we have Sweetheart. Only 6% of all respondents call their partner this one, but that jumps to 11% for the 65 and over set. And then only used by 6%. Last on this is just the word love.
As per yesterday's conversation, how often is dude used?
Yeah, right?
As a term of endearment.
Rochelle uses love a lot. She calls actually everybody in our family that, which I think is kind of endearing. But nearly a third, 29%, say they don't use any of these pet names. Just 2% regularly use terms dear, boo, bae, and darling. And then only 1% call their significant other angel, sugar, or pumpkin.
Huh. What sort of pet names do you use for your pets?
Rookie Boy, Bubba. Rook has the most nicknames. We have he's got several.
Hubert, our oldest senior, is Umberto. Umberto.
Yeah. Now Bubba's the one we use the most for Rook. I don't know why, he just ended up that way.
Just makes sense, and that's it. It's what you that's what you want. You go with it.
Yep. So about half people regularly use a term of endearment for the significant other. I thought it would be more than that.
Were you ever called something as a term of endearment by someone you were dating that you really weren't a fan of the name?
No.
I mean, not like dickhead, but something that. Okay,
I did. So there was a girl who did call me pumpkin. I thought that was.
I find that sweet.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah,
that was kind of fun.
And I like love.
Yeah, love is a good one too. Most definitely. All right. So anyway, consider that today. Let's go back to the talk. TripAdvisor. You guys use TripAdvisor much?
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah, I use it from time to time.
I just use it to actually book a place, which I'd not done before. But I used it for the ratings, and I was struggling to find a place where we're going, and the TripAdvisor reviews came in, and then once you start using it, obviously they send you multiple emails, and they go, hey, do you want to finish the booking or whatever? But they came back with a deal that was really appealing. I was like, oh, all right, I'll use this. And it worked. And so, we ended up using TripAdvisor to book a hotel. And I'm looking forward to seeing how well it goes and what the hotel's like.
I used it for some stuff this week. I'm taking a weekend trip, and I have used it for trips in the past. And I find it reliable. I find that
when you're actually executing the reservations, because what I'll do is I'll use that as a step in the process.
Right.
My go-to is to go to YouTube users who have gone to the hotel or gone to the location.
Yeah.
Or, so.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
Right.
So I'll go to TripAdvisor. I will look at reviews. Then if I really want to see what like rooms and facilities look like, I go to YouTube.
Yeah.
And then when I want to book, I go directly to the source. I go right to the exact location that I want to book from.
That hotel's website.
Yeah, because I feel that you're going to get the most. There's less hands that things go through.
So,
and
then I hire a private detective.
That's probably a good call. I know I take a lot of steps. I hand ring over where we're going to stay because I just don't want it to be messed up.
Because if your hotel, again, get the best hotel you can get, because if everything else blows, at least you have that.
By the way, I meant to tell you this, Preston. You and I think everybody in the room, we're Marriott fans. I use Marriott all the time.
Yeah.
And Marriott has a version of Airbnb or Vrbo that I didn't even know existed, and it's called Marriott Homes and Villas. And we're using it to rent a small home rather than stay in a hotel for the second part of our trip. So I think you would really like it. And I was able to use Marriott points.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, and it shaved the price in half. Our friend Danielle, who works for Marriott, she's been amazing. She helped us get the Courtyard by Marriott and the Navy Yard when we started staying down there for Camp Out for Hunger. And Danielle's a really nice person. She told me about it, and I was like, oh, all right, I'll check it out. And Marriott Homes and Villas, if you're looking for a place, and especially if you're going to be there like more than 2 or 3 nights, kitchen, washing machine, air conditioning, the whole 9.
Are other hotel chains doing this type of thing?
I don't
too?
know.
Okay.
I only looked into the Marriott.
Interesting. All right. Well, TripAdvisor has their highest rated tourist attractions in the world. So they've come out with this.
I find this interesting.
So the top attractions in the world, and then they've got the top attractions in the U.S., the top experiences in the world, and the top experiences in the U.S. So there's several things to go through here.
So for vacation month during the summer, is August the vacation month?
Don't know.
Is what of June, July, and August ends up being the month where most people take vacation?
I don't know. August, it is for us.
Right.
August is, but I'm not sure worldwide or nationwide. All right, so the top attractions in the world, I'm going to start with number 1. Apparently, they have named this the Basilica de la Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's a Gaudi.
Number 1.
It looks like a sandcastle drip.
Oh.
You've probably seen pictures of it here. I'll pull it up for you.
Okay. That is ranked number 1. These are by users of
in the world
of TripAdvisor. So.
They're still working on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really cool place, and I went there once when I was studying abroad back in 1996. And the inside is different from one part of the cathedral to the next. It's a really funky cathedral that is still a work in progress. They add stuff, they change things around all the time.
So these are the highest rated attractions and experiences, Steve. So number 2 is the Eiffel Tower. 3rd is NASA's Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex. Oh. And I have to highly recommend that. We took our kids there years ago, and I'm thinking, okay, hey, we'll see these replicas or real rockets that they've used. But there is a lot of really cool interactive stuff that you don't realize that they have there.
That's awesome.
That's really worth seeing. What?
Like what?
So they do have a couple of rides of sorts, Casey, like simulator rides and things like that. They've got places to eat and so on. But the money shot is you get up and close to the space shuttle. I've forgotten which one it was that they used. But they do this big presentation on this big theater screen. You walk inside, and when the actual presentation is done, you see that, and they backlight the screen, and on the other side of the screen is the space shuttle. It's
that's really
right
cool.
there.
That's
and
awesome.
you just and the screen goes up, and you just walk through, and you go right to it, and you can come up. You could reach out and touch it. Obviously, you're not supposed to.
Hi, I'm DJ Qualls.
Why? But it is amazing, and it really blew us away. So, and all the real pieces of history are all right there.
I didn't realize they had this, because this is one of my favorite places when we used to take field trips in elementary school, was a place called the Hall of Science, which was right near LaGuardia Airport, and it had like a Saturn V booster rocket.
Cool.
Yeah, which was very cool.
You mentioned it earlier this morning, Preston, but there's a launch there later today. Or there's a scheduled one. And I'm wondering if, like, with SpaceX and different, how NASA is evolving, if any of this stuff will change over time.
Yeah, good question.
Like these displays.
At this as well, not just at the visitors complex there, then you can take shuttles that take you out to the launch pads, and they'll take you out to mission control and all that stuff.
Can you actually watch a Nissan Central launch?
Yeah, that's a new feature this year, Steve. Yeah. All right, number 4 is the Louvre in Paris.
I've been there.
And number 5 is Angkor Wat.
Oh, wow.
In Cambodia.
What?
Yeah, it's a really funky-looking Buddhist monastery. It's massive. I'll show you a picture.
Here are the top attractions in the United States. Number 1 they have is the NASA Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex. Number 2 is the Empire State Building. 3 is Sun Studio in Memphis, Tennessee.
That's wild.
Wow.
Sun Studio is number 3.
Yeah, that's crazy. These are rated by TripAdvisor.
Where are the studios of the Preston and Steve show in that list?
We came just out of the top 10.
Son of a bitch.
So it's not on this list. Number 4 is Central Park. Number 5 is Stetson Mansion in DeLand, Florida. Not familiar with that.
Is that the Stetson hat?
Maybe. You would think so, right? Then you have the John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park in Key Largo. Number 7 is the Brooklyn Bridge.
These are much different than I would have mentioned. That I would have thought initially.
Yeah, I'm thinking like theme parks,
Right.
or
or
stuff
even
like that.
like Yellowstone, or
Yeah,
right.
Good point. Number 8 is the National Museum of World War II Aviation in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Huh.
Number 9, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York.
Can I guess 10?
Sure.
Blue Turks.
Is it?
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Come on, kids, let's get a picture.
No, but it's the Lou Turks of San Francisco. It's Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
So that's
I've been.
that's
Have you ever
number
been?
10. I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is a really cool thing.
Steve, the Stetson House was named after John B. Stetson, the guy that invented the cowboy hat, and I don't know why people love it, but they do. And it's in DeLand, Florida, which is like not too far from Jacksonville.
Do you know we have one that is on one of the popular attraction registries, the Simeon Automotive Museum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you love that place.
Oh, it's awesome.
All right, the top experiences in the world. So we'll start with number 1, the best tour in Florence. It's called Renaissance and Medici Tales. Then you have the full day Ninh Binh Highlights tour from Hanoi in Vietnam. I would now like to go to Vietnam.
Vietnam looks wild. And
It does.
I saw a house hunter show that ended up, they were touring around Vietnam. The guy got transferred there for his job. And I'm like, that's because, of course, my mind is Full Metal Jacket. And no, it's gorgeous.
My friend's son just went there by himself on a tour of Vietnam, and he's hitting some other, he's like going to Hungary, he's going all over the place. But the pictures he sent back from Vietnam, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Wow. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I would like to go. Then you have the Blue Cave small group boat tour from Dubrovnik in Croatia.
Is that where the Blue Man Group lives?
Croatia.
Yes, that's where they were born.
I really want to go to Croatia. I want to go to Slovenia. I want to go to that part of Europe. It's still like it's beautiful. I have a friend that was just in Croatia, and it's still like relatively explored, especially compared to the Londons and the Parises of Europe.
Claire has been, and raved about it.
Number 4 is the London small group tour of historical pubs in London. Okay, we'll have to do that someday. Number 5 is the all-inclusive 90-minute canal cruise by Captain Jack in Amsterdam. Casey saw this ahead of time. Captain Jack in the Netherlands. So here are the top experiences in the United States. Number 1 is the Grand Tour around islands, 16 locations plus snorkeling tour in Honolulu.
The hell?
Number 2.
All right, I can see that. I mean, I would have figured like Grand Canyon would be number 1.
These are all tours and things that you can take. Number 2 is the History and Hauntings of Salem guided walking tour in Massachusetts. I've never really had a hankering to go to Salem, but
I have.
That would be worth it. Have you been?
I've gone a couple times, yeah.
Okay.
I took a self-guided, you walk along with a little thing and it tells you where you are and all that stuff. Salem's beautiful.
All right. And then number 3, I'm actually doing this on Sunday, a Chicago Architect Center River Cruise aboard the First Lady in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay. Nice.
This will be the 3rd time that I'm taking this architectural river tour in Chicago. It is really cool, and I'm looking forward to it again. Number 4 is the 9/11 Memorial Ground Zero with the optional tour. And number 5 is the secret food tour of Chinatown and Little Italy in New York. So
these are vastly different than what I would have assumed would have been on these lists.
These are ranked by TripAdvisor. So these are the top locations and experiences.
I mean, you'd figure Grand Canyon. You'd figure...
Yeah, but the Grand Canyon is a type of...
hole?
What? Is it? So that was a question I had because, the first time I ever saw it, I was at the bottom of it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, is the Grand Canyon a giant hole or is it a giant mountain range? Like, you can't really tell. And it's both, actually.
Yeah, a case could be made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, listen, you can go there and take a look-see. But really, you want to stick your head in there a little bit, right? And that's a little bit daunting, right? So it's outdoorsy and it is rugged and rough and all that stuff. So maybe it's not for everybody,
Steve, you asked earlier the most popular month for traveling. It is July, and it's 42% of people that travel in July. And then tied for 3rd or tied for 2nd or whatever is June, August, and September at 24%. I wish we could travel, all of us, more in September because... if you go anywhere the week after Labor Day, the crowds are so much smaller. Like I have a friend that's going to Yellowstone on Labor Day, and I've been lucky enough to have been there, and everybody leaves. Like, you have the park to yourself. It's either Canadians or retarees because everybody's back in school or back at work.
I went to Yellowstone in September.
Did you?
And it was nice and comfortable in St. Louis when I left, and I did not know that sleeping in a tent is freezing cold.
It's cold. Yeah,
September.
They get their first snows.
Tell your friends.
Yeah.
To be ready for that.
Also, Disney is a great place to go first week of school.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
By the way, that Yellowstone, that night, first night I froze my ass off. I have to thank my mom. She saved my life. Little did I know, in my suitcase, she had shoved some thermal underwear in. I didn't even know I had taken it with me. I found it. I put it on, and I was like, thank you, mother. Good mom. Thank you. All right, we're going back into the junk drawer for another thing. All right, saw this story recently. A school district in Tennessee said that doctor's notes will no longer excuse a child's absence.
What do you need to justify a child's absence then?
Like nothing. So
an obituary?
The Lawrence County school system said the policy is aimed at improving the district's attendance rate, but many parents are against it. One parent, Rebecca Sanchez, disagrees with the new policy. She said her 10-year-old daughter got sick a lot last year. She said between strep throat and the flu, I can say she missed about 17 days. If her daughter is absent for even half of that time this coming school year, it will result in a referral to the Lawrence County Juvenile Court for truancy.
What? Wow, man.
Yeah.
They've taken a hard 180.
Students will now just be marked absent or present. That's all there is to it. The policy states that after just 3 absences, school will start intervention. If the student misses school for 8 or more days, they will be referred to juvenile court.
So I do understand that there are some cases where parents might be overly relaxed or unaware that kids are ditching school. I got that. Right. But did you miss a lot of school when you were...
A decent amount.
Yeah.
I mean, not crazy. Right. Yeah, I mean...
And were doctor's notes employed? It always used to be, for the most part, a parent.
Yeah.
That the parent was aware that you are out for the day.
Right.
So the director of schools, Michael Atkins, addressed the issue during the district's June school board meeting. He said, you can fail the grade. You can fail the course. You are going to be petitioned to court. You are not going to participate in graduation, get your driver's license or permit. He also said during the meeting, we are going to take control of attendance of our students. You can bring all the doctor's notes you want, but it is still unexcused.
That's dumb.
Ridiculous, right?
To me,
who is this guy?
He's an a-hole. While there will be exemptions for verified chronic illnesses and several other things, Atkins and other school district officials said during the meeting that students need to learn reliability and work ethic.
Well, okay, I can see some of that as well, but that's not, I think, the parents.
Exactly. It's your parents. It is their discretion.
Right.
So Atkins said during the meeting, if you have the sniffles, that is fine. You're going to have them when you go to work one day. We have all gone to work sick and hurt and beat up.
You don't want a school full of pussies.
I mean, listen, this guy is an a-hole. And this is coming from a guy who literally from kindergarten to 8th grade only missed 1 day of school.
Yeah.
And then in high school, maybe I was absent like 5, maybe 6 times. At work, in my 27 years of radio, I've taken probably less than 10 sick days. That's my call. That was my mom's call. That was my call. Like, this is so dumb.
I remember
this
when
is
you
like
missed work
authoritarian.
and we got a call from your mom.
Yeah.
Casey won't be in today.
The district sent a letter last week to local medical providers asking them to emphasize the importance of regular school attendance while treating school-aged patients. The letter went on to say that medical notes excusing students for 2 or more days can unintentionally imply the student should remain home even after their health improves. If a child goes to school sick and the school nurse sends that child home, Atkins said that they will be marked as tardy.
Well, here's the deal, and one of the things used to be is that if you're sick, you're not going. You go into school, you're going to get other kids sick.
Yeah,
right.
That's part of it.
So and then there were maybe a handful of times, and of course, kids will fake sickness, and it's up to the parents to discern whether they really are or aren't sick. I had a couple of times, Mom, please, can I? I'm going to stay up and watch this.
Yeah,
and then those are some of the most the fondest memories of my mom.
Yeah.
Who was never like that, but would go, okay,
You can stay.
Yeah. So, but
this guy's going to be up your ass. If
This
that
guy is a
happens.
D-bag, totally. All right, one more item from the junk drawer. All right, this one. Ohio police, I'd never heard of this one. Steve sent me this article. Have uncovered a cunning new scheme that burglars are doing to target wealthy-looking victims. Criminals are preying on potential marks by attaching cell phones to newer model cars and then using the GPS trackers to follow them home. The department issued a chilling warning after a family member of one of their offices almost fell victim to the scam. So Officer Joseph Gibson said that his sister was out to watch fireworks on the 4th of July when she heard something hit her car. She didn't think anything of it. She thought it was a rock. She never had a chance to see the phone being hit on top of the roof, slide down the windshield of the car, and lodge onto the car. And now there is a tracking device on your vehicle. So I guess these have some sort of magnetic attachment to them.
That's my understanding. And or as you move, the car is such that it'll slide back and get caught.
But why are you even doing it with a cell phone? They have trackers. You can, you know what I mean? Like,
well, there's more to this. So on his sister, once his sister got home, a couple knocked on their door claiming that she had their phone.
Oh.
That's the entree.
And then Gibson's sister refused to open the door, called 911, and then the couple took off in their car. So the next morning, she gave her cop brother a call and found the phone lodged into her car. So I don't know what that means by lodge. So I guess maybe you're right. But you're taking a risk of losing your phone.
Taking a big risk of losing the phone. I think some of them do employ that magnetic thing, though, as well, Preston.
Gibson warned others to stay alert and take extra precautions to help prevent falling victim to the new scam. Shortly after his sister's run-in with the criminals, the police department put out a warning about the new scam. And they explained how criminals target and attack their potential. They said a team of criminals are attempting to attach cell phones to newer model cars. They will do this by throwing a phone on the roof of the vehicle. When the phone slides down, it has a magnet that will attach to the vehicle.
Yeah.
They then use this cell phone to track where the person who's driving the vehicle lives, and then they knock on the door claiming the homeowner has their cell phone. Police elaborated that the criminals will try to barge into their victims' homes and even trick them into thinking that police are already on the way. Never heard of this one.
So there's another one that's happening now, and I had not heard of this. If you have a vehicle that has a back windshield wiper, they will write a note, the thieves write a note and put it under that, so that if you're getting in your car or you're coming in from the side, you see the note, you get out of the car to go around to the back of the vehicle, and they use that opportunity to either jump into the car and or jack you.
Oh, really?
From behind. But they're looking to get you out of the car so they can gain access to the car. And then the other thing they'll do is they'll take a plastic bottle, a water bottle, and stick it up under your tires. So when you start driving.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean,
that's so.
What's a bunch of scumbags?
Wow. By the way, with the rear windshield wiper, you ever see like when somebody has like it's either like a cat's tail or something like that? Or
there's a professional wrestler. I saw Randy Macho Man Savage where
there's one, I think, Casey, with it might be like Jason from Friday the 13th, and it's a big axe or a knife that goes back and forth.
I kind of like that.
I love those. Wow. All right. Well, anyhow, we don't have time for any more. Man,
son of a bitch!
I had the history. I had the history of the ball peen hammer. But we don't have time for that. So we got to wrap up the junk drawer.
Preston's closing up his junk drawer. There's nothing left here in the junk drawer. Until next time, that was the junk drawer.
Hey. Real quick, that jingle sung by our buddy Kyle Mack, whose band Minute by Minute is performing. It's a tribute to the great Michael McDonald. If you get a chance to see them, make sure you see them. And Kyle, hope you're doing well.
Yeah,
buddy.
they got a show coming up.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily in this area, but
at the Ball Peen Hammer Arena.
At the Ball Peen Hammer Arena. I'll find that information.
Right.
But this is also Kyle.
No sad bro.
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 All right.
Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, and not until August 9th.
All right, very good. All right, listen, we're going to take a break. We're going to have more No Sad Bro on the way. We'll kick off Friday with our Froggy song, and we'll get to the Bizarre File a little bit later on the Connoisseur and a few other things. Stay with us. We'll return shortly.
Wait, in or on?
Don't know. I would have to click on the recipe, and it would take me off of this.
Right.
This is just the names of them.
I think at Trader Joe's you can get the seasoning that's just called everything but the bagel.
Yep.
And it's terrific.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
But one of the best, so there was maybe you've had it as well, Nick, over at Harvest. They would do like a cedar plank salmon, but it would be crusted with the everything bagel crust.
I love a crust.
Oh, yeah.
Grilled cheese.
Look at me bringing that up on Grilled Cheese Day.
Yeah. Spicy grilled cheese.
Okay.
So you can use, like a jalapeno
or pepper jack or something.
Pepper jack, yeah.
No, but I'll do like a diced jalapeno.
Okay.
We actually, oh, God, never mind. Sorry. I was doing the Casey thing, and I'm not going to do it now.
You were going to go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay.
My refrigerator's
Well,
blue.
now I'm intrigued.
Okay. Well, good. Because this is, my wife made hash brown casserole last night for dinner.
This is a recipe that we shared with Casey's family.
Okay.
And
And it's
in love with it.
amazing. And I was really digging it. And I thought, ooh, you know what would be really great in this? Diced jalapenos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
I agree.
I did not, but I put some hot sauce in it.
Is there cheese in there?
Banditos. What's that?
Is there cheese in that
Oh,
recipe?
yeah.
All right,
Cheese
so
and-
it's a part of this conversation by default.
Here's another recipe: Brussels sprouts and bacon grilled cheese. Maybe.
no,
I don't
You know
know.
what I do love though?
I like Brussels sprouts.
I love
Yeah.
baked Brussels sprouts.
And bacon or pancetta with Brussels sprouts is usually quite lovely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And all of you will be farting in about a half hour.
Hang on. Let me go to, let's see, where was it? Yeah, let me go to Doug because he's got a technique. It's National Grilled Cheese Day, by the way. We usually don't talk about the national food days, but I mean, it's grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, you're on the air. Good morning.
Morning.
What's up, bud?
All right, so I started making this when I was working at a fresh restaurant. Because I couldn't get to the burner. So
Was it a fresh restaurant or a French
restaurant.
Okay.
French restaurant.
There we go.
That's hard to say.
The
man.
fresh restaurant in Bel Air.
All right. But so I couldn't get to the cooktops, and I was in charge of the broiler. So you butter the bread, you stick it in, butter side up, and you grill it till it's golden brown.
Okay.
And you flip it over, you put your cheese on, and you heat it until it's bubbling and starting to turn brown.
So he's saying
In the oven.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, then you put it together. But lately I've been, so as that's working in the oven, I'll cook a couple of slices of pancetta, and if I use Swiss extra sharp cheese, you put them together, so you have the sharpness of the cheese, and then you have the saltiness of the pancetta. It's awesome.
I
I'm
hate
digging
Swiss
it.
cheese so much.
Okay.
I hate it with a
But
white
it's
hot
a nice,
passion.
it's a nice crispy, you know. And
All right. I like
All right.
that, Doug.
All
I'll
right,
try
cool.
that technique, the oven technique. Thank you. So you hate Swiss cheese?
I hate Swiss cheese
I love
almost as much as I hate sharks.
I love Swiss cheese. In fact, I'll go to the finest fresh restaurant in town. I've had a grilled Swiss cheese sandwich. It ain't bad.
Yeah, if you do Swiss and cheddar together, I think it's great.
It's
And
fine.
I think a three cheese thing,
Yeah.
three cheese mix is pretty awesome. I
A
did not know
throuple.
that about you about Swiss cheese.
Yeah,
Wow.
just,
ham and Swiss is that's a standard.
Really?
Gross, yeah.
Turkey and Swiss. I love a good Swiss.
My Andrea hates it too. She can't stand Swiss cheese, and I get in trouble sometimes for bringing it home. I'm like, no, I love Swiss cheese.
Sometimes I feel
Did you bring Swiss home again?
because she feels like because she's such a cheese lover.
Yeah.
which I find
Cheese
interesting.
lover.
Well, she loves all cheeses.
Yeah.
except Swiss, and
That
I'm
seems
like,
sort of
You're
arbitrary.
kind of missing out.
Not
Yeah.
everything in the fridge has to be for you. I get mad at my wife for putting White Claw in the fridge. I'm like, God damn it.
One more quick call. We're going to have to take a break because we have guests lining up. So I'm going to go to Alicia. Hi, Alicia. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry to bother you guys at work.
It's okay.
We're happy to have you, Alicia. What's up?
Thanks. So I own a restaurant in Chalfont called Ember Smokehouse and Tap.
Okay.
And we have a 3x3 grilled cheese.
I don't
And
believe
know-
you unless you bring it here right now.
I will bring it there.
No, go ahead.
I will bring it to you guys.
Go-
And the Brussels sprouts, we have Brussels sprouts. I can bring those too.
Explain your sandwich fully. What is your premium grilled cheese sandwich?
So it's a 3x3 grilled cheese. So it's got 3 different kinds of cheeses. And then I know the meat gets top billing on this, but it has pulled pork, bacon, and pork belly. And we
All right.
serve it with a tomato bisque.
could you call that though, Preston? Would you call that a grilled cheese sandwich, or would you call that a?
I'd call it
So
I'd
here's
call
the
it a
loophole.
pork sandwich with cheese on it.
yeah.
Here's the loophole. We don't call it a grilled cheese, but it has grilled cheese, and the loophole is that it's a 3x3. So you can say that the 3 cheeses is first, or you can say that the 3 porks are first.
All right. So you're looking for wiggle room. It sounds delicious.
I think you're a little over the boundary, but I mean, I'm sure it's a
You should probably try it.
I should probably try it.
Not on National Grilled Cheese Day.
I'm sure it's a fantastic sandwich. Well, interesting. All right. Well, thank you, Alicia. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Take
Very
care.
cool.
All right. By the way, Bon Appetit's best ever grilled cheese. And then we got to take a break. Marissa just brought this to me.
What is it?
It's Bon Appetit's best ever grilled cheese. Butter goes in the pan, not on the bread.
Chicken in the bread pan.
To ensure golden, not burned toastiness, the exterior of the sandwich should be slicked with mayo, which has a higher smoke point than butter and possesses the combined browning power of oil and egg yolks.
So now I absolutely have to try the mayo grilled
It says,
cheese.
when mayo slicked bread. Now it's saying you don't cake it with
Right.
mayonnaise.
All right.
You just put a little bit on there and then you put it on the butter. And when the mayo slicked bread meets buttered pan, that's when the magic truly begins.
Interesting.
Opting for a cheese that melts well is paramount. American is the meltiest cheese there is. But a young cheddar cheese works well too and brings deeper flavor. If you want to go off script, stick to a soft or semi-soft cheese. Their high moisture content means that they're especially adept at turning molten. Once the sandwich is in the pan, pressing down with a spatula is helpful for achieving even toasting and for encouraging bread and cheese to meld together, but don't be overzealous. This is not a smashed cheese sandwich. Cut the sandwich diagonally. Thank you.
Yes.
And it says it's official. Sandwiches cut this way actually taste better. So I love it. That's great.
Are you going to try the mayo thing?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try it.
I think I'd rather than be, I'd rather try before I deny.
Yeah.
So.
Did you just make that up?
No, it's actually from Stranger Things season 4. Argyle says that. All right, anyhow, it's National Grilled Cheese Day, so enjoy, dear friend, enjoy.
So hug a veteran.
All right, please. Thank you for your service. We're going to take a break because we have 2 guests coming up. One is going to bring some oddities in for us.
Yes.
For the World Oddities Expo this weekend. And the other is going to be making an appearance for the 20th anniversary of Napoleon Dynamite. Uncle Rico himself.
20 years.
John Grice is going to be joining us. So we'll be back with those guys. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve
on 93.3 WMMR.
Thanks, Kat. There was this story that's making the rounds, and it's actually a professional baseball player. Anthony Bass plays for the Toronto Blue Jays. And, you hear discussions about plane etiquette all the time as far as, sharing the armrest and taking your shoes off and all these other things.
Pleasuring yourself?
Pleasuring yourself.
Can't do that.
So there's a little bit of a controversy or a discussion or debate that's been popping up after he had tweeted about his recent flight saga, and it actually has to do with his wife. So the 35-year-old posted on Twitter a photo of his 2 toddler daughters on a flight playing on electronic devices, and you can see popcorn strewn all over the seat, all over the floor. And in the accompanying caption, he wrote, by the way, his spouse is traveling alone, and she's 22 weeks pregnant. He explained that the flight attendant on the trip had, quote, made his wife clean up their kids' food mess, and he voiced outrage over the situation. He wrote, the flight attendant on United just made my 22-week pregnant wife traveling with a 5-year-old and 2-year-old get on her hands and knees to pick up the popcorn mess by my youngest daughter. And then he wrote, are you kidding me? And so he obviously thought that was out of line for them to ask her to clean that stuff up.
Right.
And people responded to that. And I'm curious as to how you guys would respond.
So in the studio here, there's a picture of what it looked like around the area.
Mm-hmm.
And what you all have kids. I do not. So
I mean, when you have a kid, if you take it to a restaurant, take it. Take the child.
What is it?
take your baby or your whatever, your toddler to a restaurant. A mess is inherent, right? It's going to happen every single time. It happens on planes. And Steve, as a parent, you are responsible for at least making an attempt to clean up that mess, right?
All right, you just hit it. That's exactly what. So, as a non-child owner,
right?
You don't have it.
But that would be you make an effort at least.
Yes.
To clean up, to police the area a little bit. And I think somebody would say, here, let me help, or maybe the staff would assist. Just that alone gets you across the finish line.
And it's embarrassing, quite frankly, like especially at a restaurant, because you know that it's going to happen and you don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
But you are aware of the fact that if you have a toddler, it's going to happen. So just do the best you can to prevent it. And then when the mess inevitably does happen, clean it up as best you can.
The children were eating ribs.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, I wouldn't even try to prevent it because you can't. It's going to happen. Right. However, you do more than try to clean it up. You clean it up.
All right.
In your case, you're seeing this, and this stuff is strewn obviously around and could be. It's not like, they're asking to resurface the chairs.
And listen, I don't think she should get up every time something falls on the floor. But like at some point, yes, so sorry. Let me, pick this all up.
Looking at the photo, I could see if the mom was sitting in the chair, she may see one kernel that we can see in this photo. And if they pointed it out to her, I think I would be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that they just made a mess like that. I'll clean its mess up. No, but I agree. I think you clean it up. If you had a couple little errant, if you didn't get every single last one,
right.
that's acceptable. As long as you get in there and you just start doing some cleanup. And there were texters, for the most part, did side with the airline. The overwhelming amount did. But some did go the other way and think that, no, it's and somebody had posted like, what, if your kids make a mess at the movie theater, do you clean that up off the floor? Actually, yeah. Yes.
So I get. So the point of some of the detractors are saying, well, after they get off the flight, people come in and clean the thing. But as you said, Nick, you don't just say, "Wow, they'll get it."
Yeah, they'll get it. I'll make a total mess.
You
what the hell?
You have to make an attempt. But it's like there are two different people. There are the people that are like what we're saying is like, yes, you have to attempt to clean it up. You have to clean it up. And there are people that just don't think you have to, and that it's not your job. Like, you paid to eat at the restaurant, so now you're going to leave the mess for the server to clean up. Like, there are people that just that's how they see it.
I know.
It's weird.
Yep. And flight attendants obviously were commenting quite ferociously about this.
I've seen people, and my heart goes out to them, like at restaurants where the kids making a mess or spilling over stuff, and then and literally getting down and cleaning up stuff and picking up stuff off the floor. And I've never seen. It's you feel so bad.
Marissa, so before we get to the bizarre file, we have to make it official and make it Friday, and here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
I think I hurt my nose when I yanked the mask off of my face there.
People may be unaware because this is a new tradition. You actually put on a frog mask.
Yes. And you need to watch the YouTube feed when we play that song from Froggy. All right. Bizarre File brought to you by Neumann University. Preston and Steve Show YouTube live stream is powered by Neumann University. And the next preview day is August 8th. And you can learn about Neumann's Academy, our academic program offerings, campus life, and professional internships. Register at Neumann.edu. Radioactive wasps. Yes, that's a real thing. They were found at a nuclear facility in South Carolina.
That's a 50s sci-fi movie.
According to a report from the U.S. Department of Energy, Radiological Control Operations discovered a wasp nest on a post near a tank at the Savannah River site in Aiken, South Carolina.
I think they're radioactive.
Officials said that the nest was sprayed to kill the wasps. The nest was probed and discovered to be at 100,000 DPM, which is a moderately high level of radiation.
What was the DVDA scale?
They didn't report on DVDA. So the wasp nest is considered on-site legacy radioactive contamination.
Wow.
And not related to a loss of contamination control. Legacy radioactive contamination is lingering radioactive contamination resulting from past activities. Department of Energy did not list any other causes for the insect's contamination. After the wasps were killed, they were bagged as radiological waste. Officials said the ground and surrounding area did not have any contamination.
They didn't become the size of cars like in movies?
Not that I know of. Not yet. They got to give it some time. But the now 310 square mile site was built in the 1950s to produce the basic materials used in the fabrication of nuclear weapons, primarily tritium and plutonium-239 during the Cold War.
Wow.
Cleanup and environmental remediation began in the 1980s after it became an Environmental Protection Agency Superfund site. But now they have radioactive wasps flying around. Erica Kahn was taking night photos at Glen Canyon National Recreation Area in Arizona when a bat flew into her face and got tangled between her camera and her mouth.
Oh my God.
She screamed, and part of the bat went into her mouth.
Come on.
Little tribute to Ozzy.
Her father, who is a doctor, told her to get rabies shots at a hospital just in case. Now, Khan had lost her job and didn't have health insurance, so she bought a policy online the day after the bat incident. Now, she thought that she would be covered since the company told her that accidents would be included. Over 2 weeks, she got 4 rabies shots and 3 immunoglobulin shots at a hospital in Arizona and Massachusetts and Colorado. But when the bills came, her insurance refused to pay because of a 30-day waiting period. The total cost, $20,749.
Oh, you might say something like that, but traditionally you can't get an insurance policy after you're injured. That's insurance fraud.
That's correct. So most of it is from the first hospital. She's now employed again with good insurance, but still owes more than $19,000. And she is trying to appeal the denials. Yeah, that's the thing about insurance. Have to have it before something goes wrong.
Before you deep throat a bat, make sure your policy's in order.
Yep. An Ohio woman who had her car repossessed by the dealership last year, even though she was approved for a loan, found an unusual means of responding. And this is actually pretty interesting. So since the dealer took her car, she decided to take the dealer's name. And now the case is headed to Common Pleas Court, and I'll explain. So Tia McCreary went to Taylor Kia in February 2024, where she decided to purchase a Kia K5. The finance manager helped arrange financing through Global Lending Services, GLS, which preliminarily approved a loan for McCreary, and she was allowed to drive off in her K5. However, GLS later concluded that there was not enough available information to finalize the loan. And so a month after buying the car, Taylor Kia repossessed the vehicle while she was at work. McCreary then began to explore her legal options. And as it turned out, Taylor Cadillac and the Taylor Automotive Group operate several dealerships in Northwest Ohio and began to operate a portion of their businesses under the name Taylor Kia of Lima back in 2012. However, McCreary discovered that the registration of the name Taylor Kia of Lima have been canceled by the Ohio Secretary of State's officer after Taylor Cadillac failed to submit a renewal application. So she registered Taylor Kia of Lima as her own name.
Wow.
Once that was done, documents reveal she sent a cease and desist letter to Taylor Cadillac and informed that they could no longer use the Taylor Kia name because it was now registered to her. And then the legal battle started to heat up. During the initial car purchase, McCreary had signed a document that was an agreement to settle legal matters with Taylor Automotive Group, through binding arbitration. Taylor Cadillac said because of this that the case should be handled through arbitration and not trial court. The court agreed, dismissed the case, but McCreary was not giving up. She then appealed to the 3rd District. The 3rd District ruled that although McCreary signed the agreement to settle legal matters through arbitration, that was limited to just the transaction of the car sale.
Wow.
And the claim to use the name Taylor Kia of Lima was not subjected to arbitration as it had nothing to do with the Kia purchase. So the 3rd District reversed the previous decision of the Common Pleas Court to dismiss the case. The case is now headed back to Common Pleas Court for further proceedings.
What is she, like a paralegal? How would you possibly think of doing that?
I assume she got a hold of a lawyer who found a creative way to get around this. So I thought that was quite interesting. All right, in 2017, an unidentified man from Argentina was captured on Google Street View while he was lounging naked in his yard, even though his property was surrounded by a 6-foot wall. His bare ass was exposed for the world to see, along with his home address, which led to loads of unwanted news and social media coverage for the man. Because of the ridicule that followed at his job and from neighbors, legal action eventually ensued. An Argentine judge has just ruled that Google owes the man the pesos equivalent to $12,500 for the blatant invasion of privacy.
I wonder what the rules are, the laws are concerning their, as they're accruing all this street level photography.
They will usually blur things out. They go through and check stuff out and will censor some things, but maybe this one slipped by them. I don't know.
Think about all they chronicle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a crap load of stuff.
Absolutely. All right, and that is it in the Bizarre File for you. All right, we're going to break. We're going to come back. When we return, that new music from the Struts to cover Rock and Roll Fantasy from Bad Company. Very much looking forward to playing this for you. Then we're going to get into the Connoisseur and a special edition of it today as well. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
I think parents tend to feel 10 times worse than they probably need to be if the kids are making a mess. And I think most people understand, I got it. I understand it's hard to corral this. To me, it would seem they seem very embarrassed.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Some don't.
I know.
Some do not care.
But I also, listen, I was never embarrassed or anything. And this is like something that I tell my brothers who have new babies is like, don't shelter them because they're babies and don't take them to the restaurant. I think that's why I can go out to eat and go to a restaurant is because I took Jace from the second he was able to go to a restaurant. Like I
taught it how to behave.
No, seriously though, honestly. Yeah. And like, I will say sometimes if he's like lounging I'm like, you're at a restaurant and he sits up because he's used to going to restaurants and he knows how to act in a restaurant.
Same with us. My parents would take us out. We went to restaurants, and, this is how you behave. This is what you do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, did we screw up? Yes. But we got that course right from the beginning.
And did he get this flight attendant fired? Was there a follow-up?
Okay, so there was a follow-up, and his response was he posted an update informing his followers that United Airlines is taking care of matters with the flight attendant internally.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know, right?
So he's getting somebody's job.
But that's also him saying that. Like,
well, but if he's not saying that and it's actually the truth, and said flight attendant is now facing
right, but I'm just saying you don't
actions.
know if it is.
Okay,
there are aspects to this story that are unclear.
Yeah, like people like that who are gonna just throw that out there.
Well, Kayla wants to comment on this real quick. Let me go to her. Hi, Kayla. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Kayla?
So I just want to say I follow Sydney and her sister, Jessie James Decker. She's a music artist. She was married to football player Eric Decker. She still is, but he's no longer playing football. So she had posted about this yesterday before Anthony did. And I don't think it was that they wanted Sydney to clean up the popcorn. It was the way in which the flight attendant approached her. What I saw Sydney and Jessica originally posting yesterday was that the flight attendant came to her with a wipe. It was like, the captain wants you to get every single drop of popcorn, which is kind of unrealistic when you're on a plane with 2 toddlers and 22 weeks pregnant. Obviously she was going to do her best, but to have her, it was just kind of more of an embarrassing situation, and the way the flight attendant went about it and what was said to her, you need to get every single drop.
By the way, how would the captain know? How would the captain know?
I'm sorry, sir. We have an issue in the...
we have a filthy child that's dropped popcorn all over the floor. Someone needs to kill it.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like they use that all the time. Like the captain said.
Captain doesn't know what's going on.
Captain doesn't know there's popcorn on the floor.
Yeah, I'm sure the captain didn't know, but I think it was just the way the flight attendant broached it. Like, you must get every single drop. Like, not just, hey, get what you can. Like, we understand she's 2. And it was also popcorn that United had given to her. It wasn't like she brought it on the plane herself.
I'm still thinking you got to clean it up.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It wasn't that she wasn't going to clean it up. It was just the way that they went about it and were, like, adamant that they wanted her to get every single drop and, not
They should have said Colonel instead of
not drop.
Because that's what probably confused her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pregnant. She's got baby brain.
What are you talking about? No, but I mean,
right,
so I
thank you,
think
Kayla.
both sides sort of, now listen, it doesn't give you carte blanche to be rude.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't, in this particular post, he didn't indicate anything about them being rude.
I also think like anyone with kids where this is happening, they know, and you just got to hope that they're going to get it. Like to say you need to clean up every last thing. Like who says she wasn't going to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't wait until they're off the plane to find out that they didn't.
Oh, you follow them home.
I mean,
I think I was going to follow you, did you?
I don't side with the lady whatsoever. And Kayla, like, she's calling in like she was standing there listening to every single bit of the conversation. And
there's a flight attendant at the front door.
Yeah, and she wasn't there, so she doesn't know. And I'm just looking at the mess there, and you just clean up after your kids. I'm sorry that you're pregnant and that you have 2 kids with you, but
right. I agree. You almost sounded like Joker a little bit with the first one.
You want to know why there's popcorn on the floor? Because it hasn't been trained properly.
Let me go.
And he carved a smile in my face.
Let me go to Jeff. Hey, Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, Ed. How are you guys?
Good morning, Ed, buddy. What's going on?
All right, so I have 4 of those little things that tend to follow me around everywhere.
Yeah, right. Damn things.
So by like kid 2 or 3, you kind of, like Nick said,
Yeah.
It's not like you want this to happen, but this is going to happen.
Yes.
There's no avoiding it. So we always just kind of plan ahead. When we sit at a restaurant, I'll get a couple napkins, unfold them, and put them on the sides of the high chair. And we have for when we fly and everything, we have traveled little map.
Oh, we're losing you.
Travel.
On there, you just bundle it up,
little
and
mats.
dump it out in the trash can, and move along.
So
yeah, you should be prepared for the mess. Yeah,
I flew, Jeff. I flew. In fact, it was it flying back from
Florida?
Florida. There was a mother and a kid next. This kid was like, mother.
Oh yeah,
like a more traveled.
I was sitting in front of you,
right? Yes, this kid. You heard me. I kept saying, "What is this? A dwarf?
It was
This kid is better traveling than adults."
If you're traveling with a child or a toddler, inherently, my heart goes out to you because it's a chore, right? And there's also that part of me that, like, when I'm on the plane and I hear the baby crying, it's annoying. Like, if I want to go to sleep, I get the fact that it's going to get under people's skins, but as a parent, there's very little you can do to control that. Your heart has to go out to the parents.
Shell was a pro at traveling with our kids when they were babies.
She was such a pro.
She had a system.
She would help out other parents on the plane. Your wife would come on the plane with treats for other kids.
She didn't want me to fly with them because I would mess up the system.
Yes.
Yeah, I kid you not. She
It's
preferred
stressful.
it when we
I don't
flew
want you
separately.
there.
Yeah.
You don't know how to treat them. Preston, this makes me think of this hilarious, I think it's the pilot episode of Modern Family. Cam and Mitch, the gay couple have adopted a kid. They're getting on the plane. They don't know how to travel with the kid. And so they, and so they're, I think it's Cam is feeding the baby some treats. And so somebody walking by goes, look at the baby with the cream puffs. And so I forget which one is Cam and which one is Matt, but the one is the lawyer gets like, a gay couple with
cream puffs.
And he's feeding him cream puffs. And then, I think Cam gets up and goes, we'd like to pay for beverages for everyone.
All right, so here's a different side of this conversation. that somebody texted in about. So it says, my husband gets peanuts at the Phillies games and drops all the shells on the ground under his seat. It bothers me so much, but he acts like it's no big deal.
You know what? So here's the deal.
I'm a
you
hypocrite.
actually raised a
That's
good
what
question.
you do there.
Yeah.
Like, you remember the ground rounds?
Of course.
That was part of their thing?
That was their thing. You could throw peanuts on the ground, the shells. It was no big deal. It's expected.
I went to a urologist who had the same policy.
Wow.
That was the same policy, you know. A medical waste. No, but so that at a ball game,
Peanuts,
do you collect up your peanut shells?
and sunflower seeds. People spit them out.
How
you
do they
know.
clean up the seats? Because I've never
Isn't
actually
it the-
stuck around to see how all that stuff is done.
A leaf blower, right?
Is it a leaf blower?
Don't they come through and like literally blow down the sections?
Yeah.
Would you guys hold on to the shells and put it in a cup or whatever?
No,
or
no.
right
No,
on the floor.
I do the ground thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
because it's
Total
it's what
hypocrite.
everybody
Wait,
does.
so you just like when talked about this woman, she has to clean up.
Well,
now you're
that's the-
tossing peanut shells at your feet.
But
I
it's
wouldn't
at
do
a
it on a
ball.
plane.
It's at a ballpark.
Yeah.
where it's kind of
I
ledge.
still.
Now,
I would put it in
listen,
a cup, Kathy.
Hang on, I wouldn't leave my empty beer cups and other
Right,
trash.
Stool.
But and
Peanut
I'm facing my hypocrisy here. But peanut shells, they go right on the ground.
Oh my God.
Absolutely,
They're biodegradable.
They're biodegradable.
You're outside.
It's good for the environment. We're making compost over here.
Yeah.
I do keep it in my area. Like I will try not to do it to the row in front of me.
I'll tell you the delineation. If you're eating peanuts or popcorn in a theater, you're not going to.
No.
You're not going to do that.
Yep.
Because that's indoors. This is an outdoor park. I can understand the gray area there. I myself, I probably would still, put the shells in a cup or something, or on the person in front of me's head.
Yeah, so I was a busboy, I was a waiter, and I also cleaned the cafeteria at college, right? So after lunch and dinner, I would clean the cafeteria, and that one pissed me off because when you go get your food, you get it on a tray, and when you're done with your meal, you take the tray and you put it right. There were racks for you to put your trays, and nobody would ever do that. So this is not me bitching about that, but it gave me more of an appreciation.
3 WMMR.
All right, thank you, Marissa. By the way, Nick said something while we were playing that song that the opening line, he was today years old when he found out exactly what they were saying. And Nick, I just saw a text.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the same one.
Exact same thing.
You're kidding
Nope.
me.
And here's I want you guys to listen to the original version.
All right.
Because it's very clear with when Luke Spiller says it in the Struts version.
Okay.
What I heard in the very first line and what I learned right now is, and you said it right, Preston, here come the jesters, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. All right, so let me, here, Casey's pulling it up right now. So here's the original. And Nick just looked like he had this look on his face when that first line hit, when he realized it's here come the jesters, but let's hear what it sounds like.
Here come the jesters, 1, 2, 3.
You hear it now, right?
Sure do.
All right, what did you think it was?
Until the age of 50 years old and a couple of weeks, I thought it was here come the Jetsons, 1, 2, 3.
And there was a text, Steve, that said the same thing.
Here come the Jetsons, 1, 2, 3.
Here come the Jetsons.
Rosie the maid.
Judy,
Elroy.
Jane, his wife,
Mr. Spacely.
all of them.
Astro.
I thought it was like a 70s reference to a pop culture
Jetsons.
thing. And, the Bad Company was Jetsons fans. And it was just a tongue-in-cheek joke for all of my life until right now.
No, well, there you go. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the
We've
party.
got the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Who needs tomorrow?
All right. But, new music, and we'll probably hear that again later on today. But it is a Friday, and there's something we like to do on Fridays. It has to do with food, and it is time for the Connoisseur.
It's time for the Connoisseur with a special subsection.
That is correct. Actually, I have a couple of special subsections that are going to be taking place today, and a taste test.
Well, we love those.
Marissa is getting everything ready. Marissa, can I do something else first? All right, they're getting it set.
You have to make a boom boom?
Nope. I'm just doing another subject of the Connoisseur before we get to our taste test. So I'm going to start with this one. YouGov put out a survey which dove into which foods Americans dislike the most.
So we rarely get this.
Yes.
I'm interested to hear this.
And by the way, our sponsor, Acme Markets, will be doing some giveaways in a little bit. $50 gift cards for Acme Markets, our official sponsor of the Connoisseur. But yes, Steve, I thought this would be a unique turn on the Connoisseur to add in the foods that people hate the most.
Okay, all right. So it's not necessarily cuisine like Italian or Mexican.
It is a specific food, I'm assuming.
It's got to be seafood, right? Like,
well,
yeah.
Are you going to guess?
I just guessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
I would refine it down to like liver.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're both right.
Okay.
Wow.
You are both correct because number one on the list, as far as this survey goes, the most hated food is anchovies. And the most hated food in second place, liver.
There you go.
So you guys both nailed it. Number 3 is sardines. However, there was 56% said that these are their least favorite foods, but it says liver earns the top spot with the most outright hate for food. I don't hate, you know what? I don't think I've ever had beef liver before. We used to eat chicken livers all the time when I was a
really?
kid.
Yeah.
It was a southern delicacy.
Right.
So fried chicken livers was a regular thing, and I like them. Liver has a certain consistency to it, which is a bit odd.
Okay, what's the because all I know is liverwurst.
Yeah, and I don't like liverwurst.
Okay.
My friend Lori wanted me to try a liverwurst and onion sandwich, and I just earlier this year had it for the first time, and I was like, it wasn't it's disgusting, but I had it. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna finish
I'm gonna
this.
kill you.
This is a dumb question, but does liverwurst come from meat of the liver?
I'd always assumed that it did. But it's kind of like, it's like blood sausage, and Braunschweiger is another one of those things, like pate. That's from liver, and that's
Right.
kind of the consistencies have. And I like pate, too.
Well, they specifically pick, Nick, the worst liver, so that's why it's
the liverwurst.
Liverwurst.
Why put the word worst in the... Anyway,
Yeah.
I know it's German.
liver
but-
best would really get people excited.
I mean, I probably haven't had liverwurst in almost 40 years, but from what I remember, it was a spread, and I liked it. I remember liking that, and it was like liverwurst spread with mustard.
Okay.
We would have slices of... You'd cut the liverwurst.
It would come in a roll,
Yeah.
and you could cut it and use it in slices, but it also had the consistency where you could mush it
Spread
down
it.
and spread it around if you wanted to. Case.
So, actually, I used to like very thinly spread liverwurst and mustard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would be the sandwich. I told you for like 2 or 3 years I was eating bologna thinking it was liverwurst. That's how dumb I was. I don't think I'd like it at all. And then regular liver, Preston, which I did not like, my mother would prepare it with bacon.
Okay.
On top of it.
Never had beef
I
liver.
did not like it, never liked it. And now I think I can't see it without thinking of that dude, the Liver King.
Yeah. Oh God, that guy. When I was a kid, and we had a puppy. We fed the puppy liverwurst. That was his diet.
Wow.
When we had him for the first few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Where did you bury him?
Yeah.
Also-
he lived a long time, man.
Also on this list of the worst foods or least liked foods in America, tofu is way up there. I find that interesting. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine who is vegan, Emily, and her fiance, her boyfriend, fiance. Anyway, I asked her if he ate vegan, and she said yes, but he doesn't like tofu, and it's all a consistency thing
Tofu
for
is
him.
very divisive. I have had it in certain things prepared certain ways and like it.
Yeah.
And other times I'm like, I can pick it out of a
Like when it's raw, for lack of a better term,
in a salad or something.
Yeah.
I
I don't
tofu
care for that.
cubes. I don't like that.
And listen, if that's what your choice is, and you want to go vegan or vegetarian, more power to you. But I just if it's a substitute for meat, I'm so stupid and biased. But I'm going meat every day. There's no way I'm going to go tofu.
But if it's not substituting for meat, can you take it or leave it? That type of thing.
Yeah, it's just if it shows, for example, if it shows up on a sushi menu, I'm bypassing it.
Okay. You also have squid ranked way up there, which is interesting because calamari is delightful.
I can't stand it.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Too rubbery for you?
Yeah, cannot do it.
Then you have caviar. Not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of roe overall.
Is it just
it's still
salty?
too salty.
Too salty.
Yeah. Then you have oysters.
No.
Which I've become a fan of.
Dr. Mike tried valiantly to get me into oysters, and the way I was eating them, Preston, is I was completely bypassing my taste buds and just slamming them because I couldn't. It's like
And then you're like, what's the point?
it's sea snot as far as I'm concerned.
No, I like them with a little champagne vinegar and shallot. Yummy. But listen, some people hate them.
Right,
But
right.
it took a lot of courage for me to try it. and then eventually acquire a taste for it.
I'm just proud that I tried it because I knew I wouldn't like
That's
it.
it. You took the bold
Same
step.
thing with octopus. I was like, all right, I'm just going to try it. I know I'm not going to like it. And I know you guys like it, but I did it one time, and just to say that I've tried it.
Can I ask how it was prepared when you had it?
I was with you. It was at that restaurant in Philadelphia when
The
we had
Octopus Hut.
No, it was like maybe the Pierre Robert celebration. We all went out to dinner. It was like a chef's table type of thing.
Yeah, I love it. There's a
what was it?
Audrey Claire.
All right,
there's a restaurant a Greek restaurant in Radnor. I think there's one in the city as well called Estia, and they prepare octopus, and I love it. I get it almost every time.
All right, then it was followed by blue cheese, which is interesting.
I think blue cheese has its applications.
Dude,
I love it.
You get, I like a good blue cheese burger.
But I think what we're seeing here are all of these are strong flavors, except maybe for tofu.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what turns people off is these really powerful flavors because blue cheese can be very pungent.
Yeah.
It can have a really strong flavor to it, but I love it. Sushi is followed up on there.
So I am now no longer a sushi virgin, and I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Sushi's great. Now you can get some that also has a really strong flavor. And
right.
Sushi there's a lot. Now there's a difference between sushi and sashimi. Sashimi is the raw fish. Sushi is actually the rice and is usually involved in the
bukkake?
rolls. Bukkake.
Yeah.
We'll take a break and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. We'll talk about pegging too if you want. But anyhow, so sushi is on this list. But seafood took a real hit in the rankings along with some strong flavored veggies like kale and beets.
I love kale.
And I love beets. Kale sometimes can have I don't know. It can be a bit strong.
So I find
I do like it.
So there is the what I call the shrapnel version of kale, which I don't like, but then there's the leafier version of kale that I do like and will eat all the time.
I prefer it like baked, if you can like bake it with some good seasoning and stuff like that. And then also I like to throw kale in smoothies.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you just kind of like tear it all up and I don't know, it's like hard to chew.
Also, on one of the most hated foods listed is, and I've never had this, are chitlins. I've heard of it, and I've heard a lot of it's an acquired taste or it's kind of gross. But I've never had it myself. I don't know.
It meant nothing to me. It was just a one-time thing. Preston, please. No, I was not impressed.
Yeah, it doesn't look appetizing.
Do you know what I don't like? I don't like eating it because it's a pain in the ass. Broccolini.
Oh.
I hate broccolini.
I don't like broccolini. I don't like broccoli rabe.
I hate it.
I don't like broccoli rabe. I like broccolini and broccoli. But yeah, broccoli rabe is too bitter for me. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. So as some generational and gender trends popped up in the survey as well. Younger adults under 45 were more likely to dislike condiments like mustard, mayo, and pickles. Older adults, 45 and older, had stronger feelings against seafood and tofu. And women were more likely to hate seafood and certain meats, while men tended to dislike veggies like Brussels sprouts, spinach, and broccoli.
So I used to hate seafood, and now the salmon is my main protein. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
And condiments, I don't really. I rarely use ketchup. Mustard on a hot dog, I'll always do that. But yeah, I'm not big into the dipping sauces and stuff like that.
If I'm eating fries, I'm swimming in ketchup.
Are you? Yeah, I'm completely ketchup free.
So these are the foods Americans hate the most. Thought you might find that kind of interesting.
Yes.
All right, we have a clip we're going to play for our first one, a $50 Acme Markets gift card if you can identify what movie this food clip comes from.
Where did that come from? I had it delivered. Do you have a problem with that? No, I was just wondering why they would come all this way just to bring you a chili dog.
My little brother drives the delivery van. Occasionally, he goes out of his way to bring me lunch. All right?
That's nice. Your little brother.
All right, 610-660-9333 is the number if you know that. And we're going to do a new subsection of the Connoisseur. Time for some bourbon booze, people. All right, this is all about liquor, friends. So I have a couple of stories to share, and one of them Nick sent me, and it is from Forbes magazine, and it's about some local fellas, specifically Matt Quigley and Clement Papas.
We know those guys.
They are the guys behind Surfside, and they are killing it right now.
Yeah, they are.
And in fact, one of the highest growing alcohol lines in the country. And I've got a little bit of information. So far this summer, Surfside cans were the fastest growing of any beer or ready-to-drink cocktail in the country, with an increase of $70 million in retail sales
good
this
for
year.
them,
to
man.
date. This month, Surfside hit the milestone of topping 5 million cases sold in 2025, besting what sold for all of last year.
And they're expensive, are they not? Like, isn't it like $22 for like a 12-pack?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really personally. I'm not a alcohol tea or ready to drink alcohol person.
Yeah, so no, my wife is she likes those and the White Claws and stuff like that. And from what I understand, like the college kids are drinking the White Claws as well.
They're digging that?
I'm like, they are so expensive. Like whatever. But Natty Light does make a hard seltzer. So
okay.
Kates, we drink a lot of Surfsides in down the shore, High Noons as well too. And we realized last summer how much we were pouring down the drain when you leave a floater can.
Yeah.
Like you're used to leaving like, a Miller Lite, a Bud, and you're like, all right, it got warm, I don't want it. We were like counting the ounces. Like if we left half a can, that was like $3 of drink right there that you're just leaving.
So Surfside is expected to sell as many as 12 million cases this year, which would mean hitting revenue as much as $300 million.
That's insane. It has to be. So they're the whole company. Is there a parent company behind it?
So I'll explain. There's only four. Well, there's a little bit more. So the brand ended 2024 with $100 million in estimated revenue, and as the fastest growing brand across all alcoholic beverages, according to Nielsen IQ, hitting more than 360% sales growth compared to the prior year. So Papa's and Quigley, along with their brothers, Zach, Papa, and Brian Quigley, are the company's 4 co-founders, and they have already turned down several acquisition offers this year and last. And Papa and Quigley tell Forbes they have no intention of selling. The 4 co-founders together own 90% of the business, with the Papa's brothers as the primary investors, though no co-founder owns an outright majority. A few friends and family who invested early make up the remainder of that. And they're swimming in money.
Yes, of course.
So a couple of things. Megan Deduces, who's one of our calendar girls, she's married into that family, and she sent me this article. So thanks to Megan for letting us know. And she's super proud of her husband and everybody that works for Surfside. And Casey, you were just talking about college kids or whatever, but the tailgating that we had at Dave Matthews Band this past weekend, every other tailgate was Surfside. It was all over the parking lots, and we brought a whole bunch. I really like the iced tea and lemonade ones, the iced tea and vodka ones. And Stephen, you're not a drinker, but these guys aren't carbonated. Some some versions of this type of thing. I guess probably the Natty Light one you talked about, Casey. That's got to be carbonated. I kind of like that these aren't. Like they taste a little smoother.
It's like an actual iced tea.
It's much more natural.
Okay.
It's basic ingredients. There's not overly sweet. It's not too saccharine, and I like their varieties a lot.
So Papa's confirmed that he's reinvested much of its profits back into the business, which Forbes estimates is worth at least $500 million.
Wow! So good for them, because not only are they good people, and Megan has helped us a number of times with charity events. It's a very charitable company as well. So I love to see this.
So Papa's grew up in Vineland, and one of 3 sons in a family with a wholesale fruit juice business called Clement Papa's and Company, named after the founder, which was Papa's grandfather, an immigrant from Greece who started the business in 1942.
It's Greek, Preston.
And the third, what did I say?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, the Greece and Greek.
And the third generation Papa's ended up taking over as CEO in 1999.
Wow, man. That's so cool.
They are on top of the world.
$500 million.
Another booze story here real quick. Beverage brand High Noon, which Marissa just mentioned, is recalling some of its vodka seltzer packs due to some cans being mislabeled as non-alcoholic energy drinks, creating the potential for unintended alcohol consumption. In an announcement that was posted on Wednesday, U.S. Food and Drug Administration said 2 lots of the High Noon Beach Variety 12-packs contain cans mislabeled as Celsius Astro Vibe Energy Drink, Sparkling Blue Raz Edition, despite still being filled with the alcoholic seltzer. The affected Celsius cans will have a silver lid instead of a black one on them.
Marissa just sent us a picture of her refrigerator down the shore on a Friday night.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I asked her to send it in and show it to you guys here in the studio.
Casey, didn't you have a story about your dad accidentally sitting down?
Well, that was a twisted tea.
Twisted tea,
so,
yeah.
my mom goes to Mass every morning, and she had come home from Mass, and my dad was sitting at the kitchen table. So it's what, like 9 o'clock in the morning? And my dad was a deacon at the time and was sitting at the kitchen table going over his homily. It was probably like a Wednesday morning, and he's drinking what he thought was an iced tea. And my mom's like, David, what are you doing right now? What are you drinking? He's like, it's an iced tea. He's like, that is an alcoholic beverage. But all right, so now we're looking at a picture, Preston. That is Marissa's fridge down the
Jesus, that
shore.
looks like a beverage store.
There's no food in there.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Yeah.
I do. Believe it or not.
Jesus.
Casey, I don't dislike hard lemonades or twisted teas or whatever, but that's an example of something that's like too sweet, too much corn syrup in there, and that's why I like the Surfsides, because they're much smoother. They're not nearly as sweet, and it's almost like drinking like a Coke Zero as opposed to like regular Coca-Cola.
What about a twisted tea light?
I've not tried it. I don't know.
All right, and then one final booze story. During its first release, Beyonce's whiskey-infused cocktail kit, the Honeybee, flew off virtual shelves, selling out in hours. But now it's back for round 2 with pre-orders open for an August 28th shipment. The $125 kit includes a bottle of her Sir Davis American whiskey, lemon juice, honey syrup, enough to whip up 4 to 8 cocktails, and some chic extras like a recipe card and a horse pin.
Horse pin?
Yeah. By the way, $125 to get 8 cocktails? That's ridiculous.
Very pricey.
Sir Davis is an 88 proof rye. It's not even cask strength. Finished in sherry casks and crafted in partnership with Moet Hennessy. Given how quickly it sold out this first time, fans are going to be acting fast to get on board and get this. It's a cool looking bottle, by the way.
It is,
I like that.
Well, what
See
would
if
you
got
expect?
A horse pin on it. All right. Let's play the clip and see if somebody knows what this is.
Where did that come from?
I had it delivered. Do you have a problem with that?
No, I was just wondering whether they would come all this way just to bring you a chili dog.
My little brother drives the delivery van. Occasionally, he goes out of his way to bring me lunch. All right?
That's nice. Your little brother.
All right, let's go to Aaron and see if they know the answer to this. Aaron, good morning. Oh, no, you're breaking up. Aaron, let's see if I can at least hear your answer. What movie is that from? Do you know?
Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
Yeah, she was right. I could barely hear her, but she said, don't tell mom the babysitter's dead, and that is correct. So hang on the line. We're going to give you a $50 Acme Markets gift card. Hungry and in a hurry, Acme's Flash Grocery Delivery or Pickups get you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. Fast, fresh, and right to your door. Acme, fresh foods, local flavors. By the way, you may notice a theme with our clips today. Here's the next one. Let's see if you know what movie this is from.
You look like a banker in this.
Sorry, Rick. Those are the house rules. So, what are we gonna have? What language is this? French?
They got chili dogs over there?
Forget it. I'll order. Let's have a toast.
All right, 610-660-9333. Let's see if you know what movie that's from. And chili dogs are the theme today. All right, order up. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to dive into another subsection of the Connoisseur, and it is all about ice cream! Yes. Ice cream! And this morning we're doing a taste test, a blind taste test of the best ice cream novelties. Now, thanks to Nick McElwain for bringing back the entire freezer section of Acme Markets this morning. He brought in 16 different types of ice cream novelties. We have narrowed that down, and we're going to do way less however, it's going to be Ice Cream Friday here for the staff at Beasley Media. So we've narrowed it down to, and we're going to taste these and rank them. We've narrowed them down to ice cream sandwiches ranked, which we have 2 different types, and ice cream bars ranked, which are 3 different ones on there. So
I think I remember the step off for this. And
what was it?
I think, Nick, you were contending that some quote-unquote gourmet or higher-end bar, either the bar ice cream sandwich was that the I think it was the Acme, which I agree. I think their signature brand was just as good.
Yeah, so and Signature Brand makes a whole bunch of stuff for Acme. So I was standing at the freezer case yesterday, and I got a little bit overwhelmed. I saw that there were a billion different things to choose from, but we did narrow it down to the ice cream bars, which are basically chocolate on the outside, vanilla ice cream on the inside on a stick, versus the traditional ice cream sandwiches with the chocolate cake on the outside and vanilla ice cream in the middle. But there are so many different varieties to choose from.
What's our rate? What are we going? 1 to 10?
1 to 10, I believe.
All right.
Wow. Okay, so I already got started so it's not all of us eating all the time. So begin with the ice cream sandwiches. And
we're ranking at 1 to 5. So
I thought we were going as a score of 1 to 10 based on that's what we said last night on the phone call.
We'll go to 1 to 10.
What are you going to do, Maris? Were you on the call last night?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So 10 is the best?
10 is the best.
Okay.
I think. Or just give it a number. For God's sake, how does it taste overall to you? 1 to 10.
Thank you.
That's what I want.
Do it like the pros do it.
So I'm going to jot down my scores for the ice cream sandwiches, by the way. And we've got them. Thank you to Marissa and our interns who have these all labeled. They have little... They
have flags?
They took paper clips and they bent them into little flags.
Also, on some of the ice cream bars, Preston, the ones with the sticks in them and the chocolate on the outside, one of these sticks has the name brand written on it.
Oh.
But they blocked it out with red tape, so we couldn't tell which one it was. They went above and beyond. That's awesome.
All right. I have completed my ice cream sandwiches. I'm moving on to the ice cream bar.
Now, just real quick, do you guys have a preference between ice cream bar and ice cream sandwich?
I think it's just like a mood thing.
It is.
Oh, no.
It depends.
You like an ice cream?
If my Aunt Flo's in town.
Sure. Oh, man. This card's falling apart already on me.
Mm-hmm.
But the middle stick, number one stick,
yeah,
fell apart.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm shifting.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, my goodness. All right. I'm going to go.
They're a little melted.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when mine's falling apart, Steve.
Some bitch.
I know.
All right, I got my scores in, Marissa, if you want to take my sheet. And we're going to total these up, and we're going to have a final say on all this. So I do, when I find myself going into the novelty aisle, I will take a look. Now, Nick, by the way, so Nick also had gotten the different, he got a cones subsection. He got a cookie ice cream novelty section as well. We just don't have enough time to go through all of these this morning.
There's 3 different varieties of Klondike bars, which I didn't know until yesterday, so I brought those in. So, yeah, the staff here at Beasley Media in Philadelphia are going to get a whole bunch of treats this afternoon.
And thank you, Marissa, and you guys are doing this because this was, obviously, this stuff is fleeting because it's melting before our very eyes.
Oh, by the way, I had to clean out. I have a chest freezer in the basement, the freezer in the kitchen, attached to the fridge, and I had to clean out both of those. I found stuff that was in there for years at this point. So buying all of this stuff, storing it at home before bringing it into work this morning, did allow me the opportunity to clean my freezer out.
Steve, I think I'm going to answer a question you asked a moment ago, whether I like do you like the bar or the ice cream sandwich? Having them side by side to compare here, I know it seems like it's a little bit less, but I go ice cream sandwich. Those soft cookie wafers on the outside, just bring it home for me.
I'll tell you what the deal is also. You can eat it more comprehensively. And I know people love to hear the sloshing food, but I'll say this. They're both damn good.
But none of maybe the ice cream sandwich. I told you guys last week I'm off on the ice cream sandwich train. But those 5 novelties are, I wouldn't go to any of those.
All right. I also got Chipwiches, Casey. Do you like those?
I'm a big Chipwich guy. You know what I love, and I haven't had in a little while, are strawberry shortcakes. God, I love them.
Not a fan.
No?
No.
Oh, man.
They're
I love them. I decided to eat the rest of that ice cream
They're
sandwich.
the calamari of the ice cream world.
Oh, boy.
I love them. I love the Casey, not only the strawberry shortcake, but there's a chocolate version of that
the
type
eclair
too.
one. In fact, Marissa brought this one in for
nice
us.
chocolate swirl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Those are the s'mores versions of like the ice cream bar. And then M&M's makes a version of a chocolate chip cookie, Chipwich,
Yep.
And so they brought, Nestle has one and M&M's has one. I didn't even know M&M one existed. And then the last variety that I bought was like the candy bars, the ice cream version of candy bars. So like Snickers bars, Fifth Avenue.
Yeah. Dude.
Those are in the freezer.
Let me tell you one that we had recently. Rochelle bought it. We were at the store. She was specifically looking for these, and I'm like, nah, what are we going to get? If we're going to get, let's get some drumsticks or something like that. She bought Kind Bar.
Oh, wow.
Now makes these novelty things. They're fantastic.
I'd try that.
They are excellent. I was so surprised because I like nuts in my ice cream.
Yeah, me too.
And they put plenty of that in there.
Yeah.
And it was like, a little peanut butter, a little chocolate. Excellent. Highly recommend.
Did you finish one completely on your plate?
Yeah, I did.
Which one?
It was the square, and I know what brand it is because I bought it before. The square ice cream sandwich. How about you? Did you finish one?
I did the number 2 in the ice cream bar.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. Well, Marissa is totaling up the scores, and we will find out in just a moment. While she is getting that together, I did have another ice cream story, actually a couple of them that I could pass along to you. And I found this a little bit interesting. This is a new study that reveals the favorite ice cream flavors by state. And this was a study by Fruity King. America's favorite ice cream flavors based on search data highlighting distinct regional preferences across the country. And the search combinations used for the analysis were, and these are what people were searching for, flavor ice cream, flavor ice cream recipe, how to make a specific flavor of ice cream, how to make homemade ice cream, and ice cream near me with the flavor mentioned. And so Pennsylvania had vanilla as its favorite flavor the most, with an average of 2,706 searches each month, by the way.
I don't like how vanilla is like
labeled as not flavor.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree that that vanilla has a very distinct flavor. But you can also pair it with a lot of things, which I think is why, and it's the base for a lot of things, which is why it's considered just kind of a nothing flavor. But I agree, Casey, to quote Bare Naked Ladies, vanilla, it's the finest of the flavors.
So chocolate is my favorite flavor. However, I love it paired with vanilla. And I can have a French vanilla by itself, no problem. And it is absolutely a flavor.
So in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, vanilla is number one. And so in Delaware, too.
All right. Hell? Didn't they just get weed?
In second place for New Jersey and Pennsylvania, Neapolitan and Delaware. What? And then for New Jersey and Delaware, number 3 is mango.
What?
And for Pennsylvania, it's Rocky Road. So those are, according to this research, which I think is a little suspect to me.
It is way suspect.
But you know what's on a few states, which I haven't had in ages, is Spumoni.
What the hell is that?
You guys ever had Spumoni?
No, it sounds like a made-up word.
No, Spumoni.
No, it's Italian.
It's been around forever.
Rocky Road.
Casey, sometimes it's a dessert at Italian restaurants.
I'm eating all my goddamn ice cream.
And I have not had Spumoni in a long time.
Steve.
You're eating your ice cream?
I haven't had in a long while.
Did I ruin your morning?
Help yourself, man.
Well, does this fit into my intermittent fasting?
So it doesn't count.
Fridays.
It's Friday, yeah.
No sad, bro. Have your ice cream.
I'm eating my ice cream sandwiches with the stick
No intermittent
from
fasting,
the ice
bro.
cream bar that I just sexually assaulted.
Steve, I did buy one of these in particular with you in mind because I thought it would be up your alley, and it was one of the ice cream bars with the stick.
Oh, wow.
Preston, you going back in?
Let's go to Marissa Magnata. Hey, Marissa.
Pass, spoon to everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was giving you guys spoons.
Thank you. No, it's all good. So, how are the results?
All right. So I guess we cleared out the Acme shelves for all of these options that were available. Of the basic, I'm going to call them the basic ice cream sandwiches.
Yes.
Between the 4 of you guys, the favorite was the Fat Boy.
Yes. Those are the square ones.
Those are the square ones.
Who makes that?
I don't know.
Might be good humor.
Aren't they a popular hip hop group?
I thought. I'm sorry to interrupt. I thought that was a Klondike ice cream sandwich.
Yeah.
Is Fat Boy made by that might be in its own brand. That's not good humor, is it?
It's Casper's ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah. So there were only 2 varieties of traditional ice cream sandwiches in the freezer at Acme. One was Fat Boy, which we all chose, and then the other was the signature brand, which is good, but I thought Fat Boy's ice cream was a little bit better.
I will recommend the Klondike ice cream sandwiches because they also come in several different flavors. You can get like mint.
Oh, they're in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
They're all waiting for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Digging later.
But the ice cream sandwiches?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not the covered in chocolate.
Oh, no. All right. No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about Klondike makes ice cream sandwiches with the 2 wafers on either side.
I didn't get those.
But they also make those with mint and different flavored ice creams in there. So
Do you guys all have chocolate on your fingers? Because that's what I think about with this, is like scraping off the little residual of the ice cream sandwich.
All right, what's the result of the ice cream
All
bars?
right, of the ice cream bars, clearing out the shelves of the Acme. The third favorite was Signature Brand.
Yep. Okay.
The second favorite was Haagen-Dazs.
Ah, my favorite.
Leaving the first favorite, the Dove Bar.
Dove Bar is still a classic.
And it's because the chocolate around the Dove Bar
I agree.
Is the most solid.
Yeah.
That's the one that didn't break when we put the paperclip in it.
And Dove is a chocolate maker first and foremost.
Yeah,
So,
I got Dove for Steve and Haagen-Dazs for you, Preston.
Okay.
And I ranked Dove as number 1 for myself personally.
And everybody in Beasley Media, Philadelphia right now, the Acme Lounge is now the Acme Ice Cream Novelty
Come
Shop.
and get it!
Come and get it.
Ice cream! Yes. All right, so I think we got that out of the way. But the Fat Boy.
You know, you might think that, but I'm still eating.
I know. All right, we need to find out what this movie clip is, what this food clip is from. What movie? Here we go.
Sorry, Rick. Those are the house rules. So, what are we going to have? What language is this?
French? They got chili dogs over there?
Forget it. I'll order. Let's have a toast.
All right, let's go to Matt, see if he knows the answer. Hey, Matt, good morning, bud.
Good morning.
All right, Matt, what movie was that clip from?
One of my favorites of all time, Major League.
That's correct. Yes. Absolutely. Hang on just a second, bud. You got yourself a $50 Acme Markets gift card, and you got to try Acme's Flash Grocery Delivery or Pickup. Get your fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. All right, let's tee up another clip and see if you know what this is from.
Would you like Vietnamese food?
Oh, my parents always made a federal case about it. They said I had to eat it just to be nice to Vin. So, of course, I had to be a jerk. Guys always seemed kind of weird.
What about American food? You don't think a chili dog's weird?
All right, 610-660-9333. Let's see if you know what movie that is from. Order up. All right, here's the local event. It is free. I thought this was fun, and I would like to mention this. Coming up is the National Farmers Market. National Farmers Market Week is next Sunday, August 3rd to Saturday, August 9th. And Berwyn Farmers Market is hosting their annual Tomato Palooza as part of the festivities to shine the spotlight on the importance of local farmers and locally sourced foods. It's an open-air event, all ages, no charge. And it's the celebration will honor the queen of summer produce in all its varieties, from heirlooms, hybrids, and everything in between.
How come I've never heard of this?
I have not either, yeah. But
everyone knows me as the tomato guy on the show.
They have programs that include complimentary tomato samples, tomato-themed and inspired vendor items and gifts, live music, themed decorations, opportunities to meet and interact with local farmers and purveyors.
Is this the one with the human sacrifice?
And tomato-themed souvenir for the kids. I don't think they're killing anyone at this event, Steve. So it's designed to honor and bring attention to the National Farmers Market. And for over 25 years, this national celebration highlights the vital role that farmers markets play in the nation's food systems. Very timely celebration spotlights community food access, supporting local and sustainability. So that's coming up starting on Sunday through the following Saturday at Berwyn Farmers Market.
I love farmers markets.
Yeah, me too. Maris?
I just learned about how many different, we know there's different types of tomatoes, but the names are like the equivalent of nail polish names. Like, I pulled them up. There's Cherokee Purple, Celebrity, Better Boy, Mr. Stripey, Tigerella, Mortgage Lifter.
Mortgage Lifter.
Green Zebra.
Okay.
Roth, Hillbilly Tomato, Moneymaker.
I'm a fan of my favorite ones to get, because you have here beefsteak tomatoes. Those are great. Romas. I'm actually growing Roma tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. But the ones that I love, and in my local grocery stores, they call them ugly tomatoes. And they are
in fact
big,
ugly?
and they're misshapen, and sometimes they're yellow and red. and they are the juiciest, most fantastic tomatoes. The kinds that my grandmother would grow in her garden. And Steve, they look all lumpy and weird, but you cut into those things. Yeah, we're looking at pictures of them right now. You cut into those, you cut a nice thick version of that and put a little salt and pepper on it and just eat it like that. Maybe a little drizzle, a little oil on it. It's fantastic.
Get yourself a baguette.
Yeah.
Preston, by the way, going back to the Berwyn's Farmers Market, they serve Fishtown pickles there.
Hey!
And including Preston's picks. I got a photo of your pickles at the Berwyn Farmers Market up on Berwyn Farmers Market's Instagram account.
Shout out to my friends at the Fishtown Pickle Project. Love those guys.
I just say 2 ice cream sandwiches and 2 ice cream bars.
Hey, man.
And I will take all your extra tomatoes that grow in your garden.
Okay.
I love them.
I'll bring some in for you, Mercy, because that's the thing. You grow them, you need to give them away.
Yeah,
You grow too many of them. It happens every single time. All right, let's see if we can get somebody who knows what movie this clip is from.
Would you like Vietnamese food?
Oh, my parents always made a federal case about it. They said I had to eat it just to be nice to Vin. So, of course, I had to be a jerk. Guys always seemed kind of weird.
What about American food? You don't think a chili dog's weird?
All right, we're going to go to Johnny. See if Johnny knows the answer. Hey, Johnny, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Johnny, you happen to know what movie that's from?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Gleaming the Cube.
Nice.
Love that movie.
You can hear Christian Slater. He sounds like Jack Nicholson
does. Yep.
when he was younger. All right, Johnny, we're going to set you up and get the $50 Acme Markets gift card. Acme, fresh foods, local flavors. All right, here's another clip to play. Let's try this out.
Dear Stephanie, the toys are almost done. The city is nice, but people here get angry easily. Maybe they need more fiber in their diet. Or maybe it's just me. Love, Johnny. P.S. Enclosed is something called a chili dog.
All right, 610-660-9333 is the number. Order up. All right, let's see. So, Gordon Ramsay.
Yes.
Let's say he walks in to tell you that your kitchen is disgusting at your restaurant, and he has proof for it. This scenario went down in late March at Pretty Girls Cook. That's Dominique Shields' popular North Philadelphia restaurant. This is from the Inquirer, I think.
In the Inquirer, yeah.
Pretty Girls Cook employee has heard that Ramsay was looking for less than stellar kitchens for a new show. Contacted producers, helped set up hidden cameras to allow Ramsay and a crew to document the shortcomings. And apparently there was a dead mussels that he found in a reach-in box, and he said that's one of the most dangerous things you could ever do. That could send you to the hospital. Shields and Pretty Girls Cook are going to be in this hot seat on Wednesday at 9 p.m. on the Fox series Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service, which visited several restaurants in the greater Philadelphia area during a taping blitz this spring. Of course, they were at Wilson's Secret Sauce. We know about that. Marvel Ranch in Reading. Those aired already. And then we have Bruno's in Lafayette Hill up for August 6th. And Dalak in West Philadelphia, August 20th.
So they come into an area, and I like that they do this, and they hit a number of the different restaurants. We were kind of wondering what would go on with Wilson's. And in retrospect case, I think it was actually a pretty solid
Pretty
episode.
positive thing.
Yeah, because the restaurant is popular, but they did brush up some stuff that makes it a better restaurant.
Yeah.
So Shields said that it was surprising and shocking. She acknowledged that there were problems. She said they knew that the business was slow. I had some small financial issues, and I just kind of felt like the workers were taking advantage of me. They knew that I wasn't mentally in the space I'm normally in, so I wasn't really working at 100%. I was basically letting them do whatever they wanted to do, and they knew it. So part of the show's drama surrounds the disclosure of the snitching employee's identity. The employee is still working there, Shields confirmed. It was already after the review, so there wasn't anything to be angry about at that point, she said. She said the experience yielded a whole new restaurant, complete with new recipes and a new approach to team building. They said we talk more, and we have group chats, and we have monthly meetings so that we're all on the same page. So they've changed some things on the menu, and they've kept some things. But overall, she says it was a positive thing.
Yeah, that's what Steve did over at Wilson's. He cut back the menu a bit. And that's almost always when Ramsay comes into any kitchen makeover or restaurant makeover, they always trim the menu down.
You know how there's that saying, there's no such thing as bad press? I feel like when it comes to restaurants, bad press can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Like if it's a bad review, or Steve, like you're talking about with a TV show, like if they come in and they assassinate the place, I don't think that that's really good for the restaurant. So, sometimes publicity, if it's bad publicity, can actually do some damage.
That article was from our friend Michael Klein, by the way. All right, let's see if we can identify this movie. What clip this is from?
Dear Stephanie, the toys are almost done. The city is nice, but people here get angry easily. Maybe they need more fiber in their diet. Or maybe it's just me. Love, Johnny. P.S. Enclosed is something called a chili dog.
All right, let's go to Kevin checking in. Hey, Kevin, morning, bud.
Morning, Preston.
All right, name that movie, brother.
That'll be Short Circuit 2.
2, yes, second one.
Kick your ass! Los locos kick your face! Los locos kick your balls into outer space!
We're setting up Kevin with a $50 Acme Markets gift card. And if you're hungry in a hurry, you got to try Acme's Flash Grocery Delivery or Pickup. Get you fresh groceries in 30 minutes or less. One last clip to play. One more chili dog. And I think this is my favorite one. Here we go.
Let me tell you something, mister. Unlike you outside of cigarettes, I only have one vice, and a good chili dog is it. So please pipe down and let me enjoy my lunch in peace.
All right, 610-660-9333. Casey, fire it up. It's time. The fast food roundup. Only got 2 stories, actually, for the fast food roundup today. McDonald's has announced a test of a new range of coffees, refreshers, and dirty sodas.
Dirty sodas.
Beginning in September. It will be at hundreds of restaurants in Wisconsin, Colorado, and the surrounding areas. So that's usually what happens when they test stuff out. And this is partly in response to the closing of their Cosmix locations, which featured these types of specialty drinks. I don't think they had any of those around here.
No, yeah, they were the cafe. They were supposed to compete with Dunkin's and things like that.
Right. So the new test lineup includes creamy vanilla cold brew, strawberry watermelon refresher, Sprite Lunar Splash, toasted vanilla frap, popping tropic refresher. The new push for beverages is aimed at Gen Z in particular. Alyssa Butikoffer, Chief Customer Experience and Marketing Officer at McDonald's, said, "We're seeing real momentum in beverages with more people, especially our Gen Z fans. They are turning to cold, flavorful drinks as a go-to treat. It's a great opportunity for us to meet our U.S. customers' evolving tastes and show up in new moments like afternoon refreshment or snack breaks." You know, it's interesting when we go out to eat. My youngest, who's not old enough to drink yet, always orders off the mocktail menu. And it's funny because essentially you're paying $8 for a soda.
Well, that's what it is. But it is it is the age of the mocktail.
Yeah.
And they are big draws. I think, Marissa, you can echo this. Restaurants now boast what's on their mocktail menu.
Yeah, for sure.
They spend so much time on mocktail menus that a lot of times I will look at that and then add vodka to it.
Yeah. Can I get this, but put some booze in it?
Yep.
And will they do that?
Absolutely.
I've never asked to do that, but of course they will. They're going to sell you booze. So McDonald's sales have been decreasing recently, with same-store sales falling 3.6% in the first 3 months of the year, and they hope that the new drinks are going to offset some of that fallout.
You know, the funny thing is, throughout the year, though, even though there are cold variations on whatever I'm ordering, you know, say, from Dunkin' or whatever, I always have it hot. I have hot drinks in the dead of summer.
Me too. Yeah, I'm a hot coffee guy.
That's me.
Every now and then, I feel like I'm getting more out of the caffeine for some reason.
I do
why.
too. Yeah.
Right. Well, anyhow, one other fast food story, and then we're done. Whataburger is celebrating its 75th anniversary with a special 75-cent deal on its classic #1 Whataburger coming up on August 8th. So it is National Whataburger Day.
Where's the closest Whataburger to here?
There is... Man, you know what? I get them and Smash Burger and Wayback Burger mixed up. Okay.
There's an enema called What a Smash.
There's none in our area.
There's none in our area.
So I feel like when I was sucking on a chili dog outside a Tasty Freeze in no, that wasn't because it was a Tasty Freeze, but it was like a dual restaurant.
Right.
It was a Tasty Freeze.
It's like a wiener dog.
I think it was a Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so Whataburgers are mostly in Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, Alabama, a bunch of southern states.
Screw this story.
I mean, bunch of a-holes.
Crap.
I take that story back.
All right, wait a minute. No, we have podcasters and streamers.
Yes!
Oh, right.
So they can be all right. Anyway, rewards members can get their classic #1 Whataburger 75 cents from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. local time on August 8th. Only participating restaurants. The deal is exclusive to online ordering or Whataburger app, which is limited to one person. Blah 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 blah. And there
They
you
are
go.
good burgers, though.
All right, let's see if you know what movie this is from.
Let me tell you something, mister. Unlike you outside of cigarettes, I only have one vice, and a good chili dog is it. So please pipe down and let me enjoy my lunch in peace.
All right, let's go to Eddie, see if he knows the answer. Eddie, morning, brother.
Morning.
All right, Eddie, what movie was that from?
Dragnet.
Dragnet.
Yeah.
Sucking on a chili dog.
Chili dogs.
On a chili dog.
Hang on, Eddie. You can buy everything you need to make chili dogs at Acme, and we are giving you a $50 Acme Markets gift card, and you got to try the Acme's Flash Grocery Service. Pickup gets you fresh groceries, 30 minutes or less, fast, fresh, right to your door. Acme Fresh Foods, local flavors.
Preston, I ate too much ice cream.
Are you just tell me feeling it?
Tell me feels
I know, I did too. Too much ice cream. Thank you to Nick McElwain for putting together our ice cream taste test, and Marissa and our interns for preparing everything for us this morning.
Oh, it was
And
delightfully laid out.
we'll have to do that again sometime. All right, we are wrapping up the Connoisseur, and we are done for the week. We'll get to it again next week, though. Want to take a break and come back in just a little bit. We still have a bunch to get to, including giving away our Word of the Week prize this morning. We'll be back in a sec. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
So I tend to clean up after myself. Like if I go out to eat with, whether I'm with the children or not, I will, when I'm done, kind of like stack and put everything
Put it on the
together
tray.
and
Yeah, put it on the tray and bring the tray back up. That's what you do.
We try to make it as efficient for the server or busboy as we possibly can. It's just something we've always done. I mean, Rochelle was a server. I worked in a restaurant. I was in the kitchen. So
you're pre-bussing.
We kind of pre-bus the table. I don't fully do the wipe down or anything like that.
But you'll refinish
but I
it.
collect everything. Yeah, we'll put a little lacquer on it.
I sand it
We'll
down.
stain.
You got to sand it down first.
Yes.
Right.
Then you got to clean up.
Yeah. Hang on. I want to go to Steph, who is a server. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning.
Morning. Sorry to bother you at work.
Nah. What's up, Steph?
So I'm a server. One, I want to agree with Casey. That girl has no idea what went on that flight. She was not there.
All right. Okay.
Second, I watch people all the time come in with kids. 1, 2, 3 kids. Sometimes it's just 1 and 2 parents, but the kid will outnumber them no matter what. Mess everywhere. I see them start to clean up. I'll usually stop them because they made the attempt. Just making the attempt made me happy.
Okay.
In fact, I like when they just wipe it right on the floor. It's so much easier just to sweep it up. I'm okay with that. But at least try. At least try.
So what we said earlier, and I think that's it. Just that effort alone for you, and you deal with this all the time, makes all the difference in the world.
That's right. Never
All right.
be presumptuous. Thank you.
All right. There we
Thank
go.
you.
See, from
Appreciate it,
a
Steph.
professional.
Hang on here. Pat has a comment. Hi, Pat. Good morning.
Good morning, Ed.
Hey, good morning, man. What's up, Pat?
Patrick. I just wanted to say, on the other end of it, when a flight's over, I mean, they do clean the planes, right? In that situation, I see a pregnant woman, there's a mess on the floor, and I'm an employee there, I'm probably going to talk crap about them behind their back, but I'm probably just going to grab a vacuum and clean it up before I go tell a pregnant woman to get on the floor and clean it up.
So Pat, you're the passenger who's supposed to get onto the next plane, right? And your flight's at 1:30, and you got to wait for the flight attendants to clean up after all the kids that are on the plane. You can't board the plane until the flight attendants clean everything up. So what you're saying here now is all right, well, there's 150 people on the plane. Everybody can make a mess, and the flight attendant's got to clean it up.
I mean, I could probably, with a little dustbuster, clean up my popcorn in about 10 seconds.
No, so what? They come in, they're ready to go, and they can clean it up. However, just would it be too much to make an effort, Pat? I think that's what people are saying. Is that
not at all? Not at all. But I'm just saying, rather than end it up on the news, just grab a dustbuster.
You got to understand, there's literally nothing else going on in the world than this.
Yeah. That's the thing.
And that's why it cut through.
It's on the news not because of the flight attendant, but because of the privileged
celebrity
baseball player.
He's a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, interesting. All right, Pat. Thanks for your 2 cents. Let me see. I will go to. Hang on a second. Peter. Hi, Peter. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Peter.
First of all, as Pierre would say, it could have been avoided. To Nick's point, it's going to happen. Parents, though, can be a little bit responsible, but giving a kid a toddler popcorn is like giving them a glitter bomb. It's going to end up everywhere. And in a public location, come on, man, a little foresight.
Are you talking about on the airlines side?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
Because the airline gave him the popcorn.
Yeah.
So something that's more containable as a treat or to keep the kid occupied, anything other than popcorn.
Well, my understanding is they usually hand out to the kids, they'll hand out gravy boats.
Oh, okay. Well, no, and listen, any snack item you're going to give to a kid is like that. We're talking about Cheerios. We're talking about, pretzels and things like that. So it's going to make a mess, no matter what. I mean, here, we keep calling these kids it. All right. Well, thank you, Peter. I appreciate it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's not trained.
It's angry.
That sounded horrible. Oh, my God. I will.
You spilled it all over the floor.
I have Mike. Hey, Mike. Good morning.
Hey, bitches.
Hey, what? What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
Good. What's up, buddy?
A bunch of years ago, my son was a lot younger. We were shopping at Acme, and he accidentally knocked over a display and knocked over a bunch of stuff. So he looked at me, I looked at him, and I said, you know what you need to do right now, right? He said, clean it up. I said, that's my boy.
There you
so
go.
He started cleaning it up. No muss, no fuss. Next thing I know, a woman comes around the corner, sees what's going on, and chastises me because my son's cleaning up his own mess. And she started to clean it up for him.
Wait, was this was a customer, a fellow customer?
Yeah, just some random person.
Was it a woman? Does a woman just butted into your thing?
What's that?
A woman just started criticizing you out of the blue? Was that who came around the corner?
I think we lost it. Yeah, it was a fellow customer.
Yeah.
Who said that? I'd mind your own goddamn business.
I'd punch her right in the face.
Yeah, that's basically what I said. I was furious. I looked at her. I said, he's my son. Nobody's upset. I'm not yelling. He's simply cleaning up his mess as if he was home.
No, that's your business. You told him to do the right thing. If somebody knocks over a display, you're supposed to at least again make the effort and try to do that. Yeah. You were right. Exactly. She was wrong.
And I looked at my son. I was like, thank you for being more mature than that person was.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mike, I hope you follow her.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, get your nose out of this guy's business.
Listen, Preston, I've seen adults knock stuff over and walk away. Not even kids.
Yeah.
So the other day, so I'm in Acme, and if anyone Acme has wonderful chocolate chip cookies, and then they have these smaller versions now that are perfect to have with tea. So there's one of those plastic containers, where all four parts of the corners the little dimples have to lock for it to hold. So I'm walking around, and of course I have a little bit too much in my hands, and it falls on the floor. Yeah. And I'm like, this is how I did it. And you can tell me whether I'm wrong or not. I collected up everything. I put it back into the container. I took the bar code off of it and went up and checked out too, because I dropped one of their things they were attempting to sell and made it unsellable. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I did it. I've seen adults.
They didn't make you pay for it, I'm sure.
I
right?
paid for it. I did self-checkout just for the hell. I felt bad that I ruined a product. I know that might be a bridge too far for some people, but cleaning it up was the thing as well. Right. And man, those cookies were rolling all over the place.
Mm. I broke a bottle. I was at a liquor store, and I went back into the cooler because they had beer there too, and I had a bottle of gin, and I dropped. Or no, I went outside. Actually, I went outside. I had just bought it, and I dropped it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me! I broke this full bottle, and I brought it back in. I'm like,
look what your bottle did.
They said as long as the seal wasn't broken, that I could get a replacement.
Oh, nice.
So it was. They.
That's pretty nice.
They have that in place.
Did you pick up the pieces of glass or whatever? Or?
I couldn't. I mean, I told them that I made a mess, and of course they were going to. I can't go picking up glass. I don't have a broom or the dustbin.
What I can do is give you a free commercial on the radio show.
Hang on a second. Hold on now. Chris is a flight attendant. Hi.
All right.
Hi, Chris. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's up, Chris?
So I'm a flight attendant, and kids come on all the time and make a mess. So do adults.
But I would never have them clean up the mess. I mean, we talk about them afterwards and say what slobs they are and love to see what their house looks like. But we never get them on their knees or even ask them to clean it up. We just talk about them afterwards.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
do you think this flight attendant was out of line to say? And I don't know how they said it. I don't know if they said, "Oh, ma'am, could you please? Your kid made it made a terrible mess here. Can you clean it up?"
Goodness, I would never ever even adjust it. I just talk about it and afterwards.
Well, let me ask you, Chris, what is the one thing that passengers can do that are guaranteed to make the flight attendants talk about you? What do flight attendants hate the most?
Oh gosh, taking their shoes off, constantly getting up and down or leaving the overheads open.
Okay.
And leaving a mess. I actually had an adult that went and he came on and he ripped up, he was mad, and he ripped up the entire safety demo card. And I saw him doing something, and I thought he might have been doing that. And I thought, I'll just clean up his mess later. And he was just angry about his seat and everything. And as he was deplaning, he threw it all up as confetti, and it went everywhere.
Oh, my God.
What an idiot. Hey.
So it's not just kids.
And he did this just because he wanted to, or he thinks that the safety features are a joke, or we have no idea?
He's annoyed about his seating.
He's annoyed about his seating. Okay.
So you tear up the safety card.
But wait a minute, the shoes thing? Come on, man. I have like little slip-on shoes. In fact, I just took them off. I just took them off right now.
I don't care what people think.
The planes are cleaned, they're not really cleaned well. And, when you get to a city and you have a quick turn, you're lucky that we get all the trash out of the seat pockets before we have to board everybody.
Right.
Also, they're adults. They can keep their shoes on, Chris.
Oh, no. No, they're not.
No, I mean, honestly, you, Kathy, Chris, whoever, you guys can think and say whatever the freak you want. I don't care.
As long
My
as your
shoes are coming off.
long as your feet don't smell.
Yeah.
So what?
Do you know, though? Are you nose blind?
I am not nose blind.
No, I'm taking my shoes off. I don't give a crap.
Mine are off right now.
Well, Chris is a professional, says to keep your stinky feet in your shoes.
I'm with you, Chris.
Tough crap.
I don't have
them
stinky
off.
feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Come down with ice on, spray your feet.
Yes, spray your feet with Axe body spray.
You don't even use soap
That
to
would
wash
be worse.
You don't even use soap to wash your feet. Don't say they're clean.
There is soap that travels all down my body that eventually ends up on my feet. My feet are squeaky.
Chris, Preston does it. Kathy says Preston doesn't wash his feet.
He doesn't.
Can you imagine that?
He lets the soap run down his legs.
It just runs down his legs.
She knows.
Exactly.
I think, though, they also give you the little slippers, so you can put them on, right?
No, I don't want slippers on. I want my socks.
You slippers.
Well, you're just in your socks. You're not your bare feet. Then you're fine.
Exactly. Yes. I don't take my socks off. I'm not an animal.
Casey
Come on,
probably
man.
does.
Casey, do you take your socks off?
No, and I resent you for saying that, Kathy.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Chris.
They should give you slippers, though, right? Like as long as we're tossing stuff out there.
Excuse me. It just took its socks off.
I don't know. Slippers?
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Do you guys ever wear them?
I did once. I hated them.
What, on the plane or at home?
No. At home, around the house.
This slipper season. Hell yeah.
Right now?
We're coming out of.
Yeah, we're coming out of slipper season.
No. We're in flip-flop season now.
I never wear.
Casey, I can't believe he just asked who wears slippers.
I wear slippers.
Casey and I wear the same UGG slippers. If you don't wear slippers, you have to get these and you'll wear slippers.
Okay. I do like slippers.
Yeah.
I will wear
I'll try them
sneakers or whatever my footwear was, unless it's like formal stuff.
Yeah.
Which you don't know if a deer is going to come jumping through that window.
Right. You
got to be able.
But that's why you keep your slippers by the door.
WMMR.
All right, thank you very much, Marissa. So I want to get to another segment here of one of my character thingies because there's some really good stuff that has just come to light at the Just Sayin Institute.
Oh, really?
And I don't want it to go into the weekend.
We got to do it then
without passing along some info to you.
The Just Sayin Institute, home of the Casey Foster Museum of the Odd and Very Weird.
How weird.
That's weird.
Oh, man. Do you still have that?
That's weird.
That was from yesterday. That's weird.
That's weird.
Right. I actually was thinking about that last night, and I think I wanted to say weird and wild at the same time. And that's why I was like, weird.
All right, so lightning. We had some serious storms come through yesterday. In the afternoon, there were some big boomers out my way. I don't know about you guys.
Started to go that way and then stopped.
Yeah, we got pelted pretty solid, and it was loud too. So there is an interesting bit of discovery that has come out about lightning. There's a new report that reveals how far some lightning bolts can travel, and in one case, more than 500 miles.
So they're saying that a lightning bolt, an electrical discharge, traveled 500 miles.
Yep.
Like the Proclaimer song.
Yeah, I watched one last. It was last night in the evening, which is wild because it was wild. Because it was totally bright out, right? It wasn't like rain clouds.
It is weird.
And I saw this lightning, and it didn't go down. It just went across
laterally.
The sky.
Yeah,
it was cool.
So the bolt sparked to life in eastern Texas and stretched all the way to Kansas City, Missouri, traveling 515 miles in seconds. It struck during a thunderstorm in October 2017. But the bolt's exact distance was finally verified in the study published just yesterday in the Bulletin of the American Meteorological Society. Randy Cervini, one of the study authors, said, "We call it mega flash lightning, and we're just now figuring out the mechanics of how and why it occurs."
So we're talking a continuous electrical discharge from point of origin to 500 miles away, correct?
Yep, 515 miles away.
Does this include like the origins of lightning and how in this study that you're reading, Preston? Because I saw a story this week as well. 2 days ago, this scientist based out of Penn State, basically they were able to determine the origins of the photons and electrons firing in ways that they weren't ever able to do before. And
maybe.
So, okay.
So researchers discovered this mega flash while reevaluating satellite data with new computational methods, Nick, and that might be part of it.
Yeah. Is this related to reverse flash?
No. The data from the satellites also provided much greater detail than previous observations, letting scientists determine individual mega flashes in 3 past storms. The paper said flashes at this extreme scale always existed and are now becoming identifiable as our detection capabilities and data processing methods improve. So here's what happens. It's a lot like a static shock.
Yeah.
They're almost the same thing. Inside a thunderstorm, ice and water particles collide. They exchange electrons when that happens. It creates a buildup of electrical charge. Lightning occurs when that charge becomes too strong for the atmosphere to hold on to and discharges it in the form of a bolt, either through the cloud or down to the ground. Most lightning stays within 10 miles of the storm where it originated.
A bolt of lightning.
When it travels more than 60 miles, it is considered a mega flash.
Well, 500 miles has to be...
It's
world
the biggest
record level.
It's the biggest one they've ever recorded.
Yeah.
So mega flashes tend to form in the weaker outer parts of a storm system, not the intense core, and often after the storm has moved on. The record-breaking 2017 flash followed the same pattern. As the mega flash travels through the clouds, it can shoot off multiple ground-striking bolts. And Peterson said you might have an entire thunderstorm's worth of lightning cloud-to-ground strokes in one flash. They're rare. Fewer than 1% of thunderstorms produce them. The storms that do are also generally long-lived and massive, covering thousands of square miles. So these really big, when you see that national map that has these big areas of thunderstorms, that's when it will take place. The 2017 mega flash may be the longest ever verified, now beating out a bolt that was 477 miles in April of 2020, but scientists don't expect to hold that title.
Think of the sensitivity of the equipment that can determine in a nanosecond that kind of discharge.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I'd never heard of lightning bolts that big.
No,
but they're called mega flashes, and I thought you guys might find that interesting.
Do you know in Japan they have a phenomenon called super lightning? So they have we're talking classical Universal horror movie branching off lightning.
Okay.
They get that all the time.
Okay.
So and it will light up the sky and it will look like broad daylight.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, here's another one I thought you guys might like. For nearly 3 decades, Mayo Clinic researcher Christopher Evans, PhD, has pushed to expand gene therapy beyond its original scope of fixing rare single gene defects. And that is meant systematically advancing the field through laboratory experiments, preclinical studies, and clinical trials.
I'm a little concerned that they're spending so much time here and not with jorts.
So recently, Dr. Evans and the team of 18 researchers and clinicians reported the results of a first-in-human phase 1 clinical trial of a novel gene therapy for osteoarthritis.
Wow.
And it looks pretty good, too.
You hope they announce these things, and it's like...
Well, here's the deal. When they get started on this, so they've been working on this for 30 years.
All right.
So they're now at the point where they're doing the actual trials on people, and so far it's showing good results. So it may not be that far off. We'll have to see.
I don't know what osteoarthritis is, but this is good news for me because I have arthritis in my left shoulder. And when I went to the doctor, that's when I found out, there's nothing they can do for it. Like, this is just something that you're just going to have to deal with. It's going to get worse as you get older.
So osteoarthritis, Casey, the cartilage that cushions the ends of bones, like in your elbow and your knee and stuff like that, sometimes the underlying bone itself degenerates over time. It's a leading cause of disability and notoriously difficult to treat. So when they hear it's like bone on bone, that's a part of osteoarthritis. So Dr. Evans said any medications you inject in the affected joint will seep right back out in a few hours. He said, as far as I know, gene therapy is the only reasonable way to overcome this pharmacological barrier, and it's a huge barrier. By genetically modifying cells in the joint to produce their own pharmacy of anti-inflammatory molecules, Evans aims to engineer knees that are more resistant to arthritis. The laboratory found that a molecule called interleukin-1 or IL-1 plays an important role in fueling inflammation, pain, and cartilage loss in osteoarthritis. In preclinical testing, his collaborators at the University of Florida demonstrated that gene therapy successfully infiltrated the cells that make up the synovial lining of the joint.
We'll go with that.
As well as the neighboring cartilage. The therapy protected the cartilage from breaking down. In 2015, the team got investigational new drug approval to start human testing, but regulatory hurdles and manufacturing challenges kept them from injecting their first patient for another 4 years. Mayo Clinic has since established a new process for accelerating clinical trial activation that could help researchers launch studies more quickly. So in the recent one, he and his team gave the experimental gene therapy to 9 patients with osteoarthritis, delivering it directly into the knee joint. They found the levels of the anti-inflammatory IL-1RA increased and remained elevated in the joint for at least a year.
So what is happening? Is it regenerating cartilage?
What I didn't glean that from reading this, Steve. So I don't know if you have advanced osteoarthritis, if this is going to bring back what needs to be brought back.
Right.
I think what it does is it keeps things from breaking down in the first place. So I think it's preventative.
If it follows the path of recent medication, it'll probably also give you a boner.
But it said, listen to this, it says, Dr. Evans said the findings suggest the treatment is safe and may offer long-lasting relief from osteoarthritis symptoms. So
then that seems people are currently suffering from it. Well, that's look very promising.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody who's a friend of mine was sort of prematurely riddled with arthritis, had all sorts of issues, like in his hands and stuff like that. And I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
I'm eventually going to have a problem with it. I show signs in my knees of arthritis, and
do you?
So, yeah.
Think
I don't have
knee
real
replacement?
problems, but down the road, it's going to be an issue. I think,
Like a knee replacement in your future?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, our friend's getting one next month.
But they're getting better at that stuff.
They
too.
really are,
as well, which is great. So, there's
promising.
Hope. There's hope. All right, next story from the Just Saying Institute. We're headed to the world of nature. Getting divorced is common and unpleasant for many people, but new research shows a European songbird has its own version of heading to Splitsville.
So that when this bird departs from a mate, it makes a sound or song?
No.
It hires a lawyer?
Well, I'll explain.
Right.
They don't make these. It's a specific kind of songbird that this is happening to. So the new study reveals that some avian couples appear to call it quits at the end of their breeding season. The divorcees appear to go their separate ways, while other couples stick together over the winter months so they can breed again in the spring. And socialization matters more than for just humans. So Adelaide Abram, a PhD at the University of Oxford, said, I think more and more we are really understanding the extent to which social behavior influences animals' lives. So the type of bird that Abraham studied is known as the great tit.
Yep.
And it's found throughout Europe.
Titties.
Yeah. He said they're a sort of small songbird. They're a bit yellow. They've got a nice, handsome black stripe on the front.
But it's a staggeringly huge rack.
Apparently, in the spring, tits couple up to make babies.
Well, you'd figure.
The male
They work better in pairs.
The male feeds his female partner as she incubates the egg, and once the chicks are hatched, both the parents help feed the chicks caterpillars and other insects. When the babies fly away in the summer, the tit couple duties are done. But what happens then? Well, to find out, Abram and her colleagues use the little radio tags to track individual birds. The tags would ping when the birds visited feeders set up by researchers. As the summer turned to fall, they discovered that many pairs continued to hang at bird feeders together, but others did not. And some couples seemed to start drifting apart. The researchers described the pairs as divorcing in a paper published.
So these are the pinging tits that are getting divorced?
Yes, those are the ones. The pinging tits are getting divorced. Those divorcing birds, they from the start are already not associating as much as the feeders as the faithful birds. That only increases as the winter goes on.
All right, so you have like a flock of geese, a flock of gulls, you have a murder of crows. What do you have of tits?
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
That's a good question, Casey.
I'm curious to the, again, this is
a banditry or a flock.
Okay. I mean, there are some animals, and especially within the avian world, where they stay together, a la Al Green, forever, and
like swans.
Like swans.
Yeah.
I'm going to rename that group.
Okay.
It's a bag of tits.
I like a bag of tits.
Yeah. That's the group of tits.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
Look at that bag of tits over there. So she said the other way to study this could have gone that there is no association with, the study could have gone, there's no association with who they're hanging out with during the non-breeding season. The entire bag of tits just randomly chill together until it's time to pair off in the spring. Or it could be the exes would continue to cooperate over winter and then quickly find mates as the weather started to warm. But they said instead it seems like individuals are ditching their exes early and building new relationship over the winter months.
So the end determination here is there an application to humans?
I don't know.
Okay.
They're not putting putting those two together. No.
Right.
They're just making an observation
They just
about
want to say dirty words in the lab.
the animal words. Yeah, and they just want to say tit as much as possible. So, all right, we have time for at least one more study from the Just Saying Institute, and I want to make sure that I get you a good one. Okay, yeah, let's go this one because it goes to it's kind of weird, and I'll explain. The process of naming a baby can feel like a delicate balancing act. You want to get the name right. You don't want any teasing and stuff like that from your children. But now a speech therapist is bringing another consideration to the forefront: pronunciation. Chloe Conrad, founder of Spunky Speech Therapy in San Diego.
Well, there you go.
Recently shared 3 names that she knows she would leave off of the baby name list. And they are Rory, Rowan, and Aurora.
So R's seem to be the problem.
And in association with an O,
right,
as well. Rory, Rowan, and Aurora.
And I love.
It's weird.
I love that. That's weird. I love the name Rory. I think it's too hard, and it's only 4 letters. It's too hard to pronounce sometimes.
Rory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rory.
So she said they're hard to say. The issue, Conrad explains, involves what speech language pathologists call facilitative context, and the idea that certain vowel and consonant combinations can either support or hinder a child's ability to produce sounds, depending on how the tongue and lips are positioned.
Yeah. And there also sometimes when you have, and there's been studies that have proven this, if you have a name that is difficult for a teacher to say, rather than risk offending the child, they'll engage with the child less.
Yeah. So
with the child,
with the sounds of the consonants and vowel combinations. So when we do these live commercials, there's one that I have to struggle to get through,
which is
Del Toyota.
Okay,
saying Toyota, the oyo, that part. Yeah, yo.
Now that I hear it,
after I do it,
it sounds like a tit mouth.
I mention it like 4 or 5 times during the commercial, and by the time I get to the fourth or fifth one, I really have to think about positioning Toyota.
There is a gentleman who does a commercial for his Toyota dealership. I see it evenings periodically.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a Toyota dealership, and he says Toda.
Toda.
Huh. Preston, how do you say these two words together? R-U-R-A-L, new word, J-U-R-O-R.
Oh, rural and juror?
Yeah, but together.
Rural juror?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a joke on 30 Rock. It was the name of a show or a movie or whatever, and nobody could say rural juror.
Rural juror. One, and I didn't even watch this show. Oh man, I forgot what it was on. But the lawyer's name was Bob Loblaw.
Yeah, that's Arrested Development.
Yeah, Arrested Development.
I have a T-shirt, the Bob Loblaw law blog. He had a law blog.
Bob Loblaw.
Yeah, the Bob Loblaw law blog.
Bob Loblaw was his name, right?
Right, and he had
but
a
it
law.
sounds like blah 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 when you're saying it.
But he had a law blog.
Yeah, Bob Loblaw's law blog.
Right.
Lobbing law bombs.
That's what my shirt says.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so some pairings are tricky. Take R and O, for example, of the consonants and vowels. Most young children substitute W for an R.
Yeah.
Which is completely weird.
It's weird.
That's weird.
Which is completely developmentally appropriate. She said that substitution usually starts to resolve around age 6. But when R is followed by the vowel O, as in Rory, Rowan, and Aurora, the articulation challenges increases.
Wobbert.
The W sound is made with rounded lips. The O is also a rounded vowel. So when you put the two together, it becomes increasingly difficult for a young child to produce clearly. Comrade also cautions against the name Laurel, noting that it contains two of the most commonly mispronounced sounds in early speech development, L and R, both part of a typical pattern known as gliding, in which children replace L and R with a W sound.
We had that word Laurel. What did it sound like when you played it over and over again?
Laurel?
Yeah, you would play Laurel and people would hear something else. Laurel. Wait, Gardner knows. Preston.
Oh, Card. Yeah, turn on that mic right there. What was it?
It's Yanny.
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 And that we in fact, I think we might still have it. Let me look this up. Like if you hear Yanny or Laurel.
That was a great comedy duo, Laurel and Yanny.
So did the person have an accent that was saying it? Because you remember like beer can.
Yeah.
It was either beer can or bacon.
Yeah.
Beer can.
All right, so it's not in our system anymore. But
Bacon.
it was like that gold and white dress, or was it gold and white or blue and black?
Right.
Yes.
I don't remember which one it actually was, but it was like, wait, how are you seeing white and gold and not blue and black?
So this can be like an audio version of a optical illusion.
Yes.
An audio illusion,
Audio
I guess you
illusion,
could call it. So in addition,
oral illusion.
Consonant clusters pose a particular challenge, according to Comrade. A name like Axel, with consonants grouped together without intervening vowels, demand precise and rapid coordination of the tongue, lips, and jaw. Motor skills that children are still developing.
Do you know what I'll notice? Some people will have, and it's quite common, and I'll hear adults who otherwise have pretty solid elocution will say kitten.
Kitten. Oh, yeah. That's a Northeast.
They'll drop the T's.
Yeah. Yep.
How do you guys say the city in Canada? Toronto.
Toronto.
Tarantula.
I say Toronto.
You say Toronto. If you're in that city, if you're from Canada, you say Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no hard T on the second one.
Yeah. And Steve, I think I say it like you do. I think I say Toronto, but that's not, if you're from Toronto, that's not how you say it.
Yeah, I skip over that second T. I say Toronto.
Okay. Yeah. Toronto.
And for me, it just could be the ice cream talking.
Maybe that's it. All right, well, listen, we got to close up campus, gang. We got to wrap this up. We're trying to stay a little bit early. I got to take a trip today, so.
You going to Toronto?
I'm not going to Toronto. Oh, wait, Casey found, hang on, he found the clip. Let me play there. Marissa did. This is, tell me what you hear.
Laurel.
I hear Laurel.
I don't hear
Yanni.
Yeah.
Laurel.
They say
Laurel.
However, if you go to a Yanni concert, they say all you can hear is Laurel.
Or is it Yanni?
Is anybody hearing Yanni? Does everybody hear? Oh, Kalisa is here. Is that Kalisa? Yeah, Kalisa hears Yanni.
That's weird.
Really?
That's weird.
Laurel.
Yanni.
Laurel.
Okay.
No.
That's stupid.
I think you're having a stroke.
Yeah. All right, we got to wrap it up.
All right.
We're going to come back in a moment. We'll get some Bizarre File stories, giving away our Word of the Week prize today. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve.
Sneakers by the door.
I can go outside with slippers.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
totally.
these
In an
are like
emergency.
rugged outdoor indoor
Yeah.
slippers.
They're tactical slippers.
Yeah. Those are I would say more of the colder weather slippers.
Sure.
I have warm weather slippers as well.
So do cold weather slippers, that coincides with sweatshirt season, right?
I think so.
They're the same, like hoodie season?
Yeah.
okay.
Yellowstone
are
pajama
cold.
pants season. Yes.
We're working our way into foot bath season, by
Real
the way.
quick, I just want to ask Casey one question because I think here's where we're going to separate. Do you actually wear those slippers outside?
I do.
Okay, yeah.
Not like
now we're on different pages.
Well, like to take the trash out or something like that.
Take the
If it's
trash
chilly,
out,
you got to run
or-
outside real quick, go get the mail,
Stomp down the mulch.
Or
Yes.
if I'm like I got to go pick somebody up from practice or something
Oh,
like
she
that. If I'm
just
gonna be
got
in the car.
side-eyed by Kathy on
I'm
that.
like wearing
driving.
pajama pants to Wawa.
Yeah, but that's what the
Oh,
kids are
dude,
doing.
I want to get a group of people to go to Wawa in pajama pants because it's very freeing.
Talk
I
is
love
cheap.
it.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Let's do
Let's
it.
rent a bus of people. We'll rent a bus. We'll get everyone in their pajama
Yep.
and socks, no shoes.
I would love to do that. All right, hang on. I want to go to Todd, who worked in a store that kids would frequently mess up. Hey, Todd, good morning.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Good, buddy. What's going on?
So I actually have an interesting story. One of our beloved Philadelphia Flyers, and I'm just going to keep his name private.
Okay.
He came in with his wife and his two little crotch goblins, and the kids were running all over the place. They were throwing pillows all over the floor. They had like cookies or.
This is a mattress store that you work at, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and look, it's expected. I've had it a million times where people come in and they throw pillows around.
Right.
It happens. I get it. But the idea is, like, at the bare minimum, tell your kids, pick the stuff up.
Yeah.
Or make an attempt to just, before you leave, follow them around and pick stuff up.
Sure.
That's all you ask.
When they left like I said, our beloved Philadelphia Flyer, and his wife did nothing to pick anything up. They walked out. Now, they bought a lot. I was happy with them because they bought a lot. I got a good commission from it. But
Were they
still,
French
like,
Canadian by chance?
They were not.
Okay.
That narrows it down.
All right. Well, yeah. So you left. They left, and you had a bad taste in your mouth because it was just disrespectful.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, I think
It's a courtesy.
you're obliged,
I agree.
even if you're a Philadelphia
Thanks, Tom.
Flyer.
Yeah.
Your kids, if your kids go in and do something, you need to correct what they've done. If it's knocking down a display, if it's sullying the reputation of the NHL, it's what you do.
Let me see here. It's Eric that we're going to go to next. Hey, Eric. Morning.
Hey, good morning, it.
Hey, good morning, buddy.
Eric.
What's happening?
Hey, congrats to Marissa for getting married.
Pass along your love.
So I used to work in customer service, retail. I work in construction now. Shout out to Glazers 252. But I was raging to Nick through the text earlier. This Anthony Bass guy. What gets me the most is the entitlement, like the basic human decency of just pick up after yourself. Teach your child to pick up after yourself. It's your job as a parent. And Nick, you can check the stats on me. He can't even do his own job as a closer in baseball. He can't do his job as a parent. He blew up online. This dude's failing. He's a trifecta of failure.
All right. So if he were an effective closer, he'd get a pass.
And now he's going to, hopefully, if anybody working at United is listening, I hope this person doesn't get fired because of this dude's fucking.
He's fired up, Eric.
Fargan.
Oh my God, I'm so
No,
sorry.
no problem. So, Eric, let me ask you: if the flight attendant was rude, would that change your perspective of this?
Okay, so I understand there's probably three sides to the story. What the flight attendant says, what Anthony Bass says, and then what actually happened.
Right.
I'm sure what really happened is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But how he came across in posting, like what he did on Twitter, it just ruined anything that could have gone in his favor. And to top it all off, if you go back and check his Twitter, he posted a picture of his kid holding a bag of popcorn, like, oh, look at my cute little kid, like as a deflection. Like, come on, dude.
Well, no, I agree about the nature, the tone of his original post seemed a little pompous.
Yeah. And by the way, you're right, Eric. His ERA is like 7.36 or something like that. So
it's terrible. And the fact that he doubled down on it, saying, "Oh, I got," they're going to take care of it internally. United, whoever's listening, please don't let somebody lose their job because this guy can't teach his kids how to clean up after themselves.
Okay.
No, I agree.
Thank you,
At least a
Eric.
4-year-old, right? A 2-year-old.
5-year-old can clean up after
5-year-old can clean up after
right, yeah, right,
themselves. Yeah, most definitely. All right, I want to go to one more call. We're going to take a break here in a moment, but Don wants to comment. Hi, Don. Good morning.
Morning, guys. What's the word?
Yo.
Nope.
No, not going to do it.
Too late.
All right, so you are you're a rideshare driver.
Yeah, I'm an engineer, but in my off time I do ride share, and people get in and they treat these cars like their personal trash pit with their kids.
I'm sure.
They get in, they want to eat food, they want to have chips, and when something happens, they don't say anything, or they're just like, they'll get out of the car. Even the adults do the same thing, and it's just they don't teach themselves. They're not parents to their kids. They think it's somebody else's problem to clean up.
Yeah, and it's the wrong way. I remember years ago, Preston. You remember the Good Charlotte we had on years ago, and one of the guys, Benji or Joel, or maybe it was their mother who had worked in a hotel and would clean rooms, and
there were some girls who went up and hung out with them in their hotel room, and they were the girls were getting a little bit rowdy and they were making a mess, and one of the guys, Benji or Joel, goes, "Hey, somebody works here, and they have to clean that stuff up,
right?"
And I think they said, "Yeah, our mom was worked as a hotel maid or staff or whatever." And they were like, "Don't do that."
Gives you a different perspective.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was pretty cool. Of them too.
That's why we eventually married those guys.
Be observant of that. No, they got married to Lionel Richie's daughter. Wait,
Nicole Richie and Cameron Diaz. So I always consider us them.
I know. Me too.
Yeah.
All right, I lied. I have time for one more call.
All right.
I want to go to Kendra. Hi, Kendra. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Kendra, are you weighing in on this whole mess thing, or what are you calling about?
I just won $1,000.
It's our concert cash winner, Kendra. And Kendra, you also get tickets to the barbecue as well. How's about that?
That is so great.
Yeah, congratulations.
$1,000 going to buy a lot of popcorn.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And my birthday's Friday, so I can buy myself a nice present.
Oh, that's awesome. Huge. We are so happy. Where are you from, Kendra?
I'm from Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
All right. Thank you, Jersey girl. We appreciate you listening and especially calling in and winning. And we will see you at the barbecue, and we'll give you $1,000 for listening to MMR. All right, Kendra?
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Happy birthday.
Let's hear it for Kendra. All right. Next chance coming up about 1 hour from now exactly, because it is 9 o'clock. So hang in there. All right, Casey wants me. We're going to, do it when we return.
Yes, sir.
We have a concert announcement when we return. So we'll take a quick break. I know it's a lot to take in. We'll come back in just a moment, and we'll get to all that. Stay with us. And Sarah Silverman is going to be joining us as well. Stay put.
Preston and Steve.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3 WMMR.
Thank you very much, Kathy. As we have stated a couple times, today is April 20th, which is 420. And that is, of course, the international celebration. I assume it's international. I know it's definitely national. Of marijuana and all things pot.
As you're saying all this, I realize, what is the derivation of Ford?
I'm glad you asked that, sir. Because I've got the history of it.
Right.
And I know we've mentioned it before, but it's easy to kind of forget because it's this weird little thing that happened. The most credible story traces to Marin County, California in All right, let's get to the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Pro Team Collision. You find yourself in an accident, trust the pros. Pro Team Collision, your trusted auto body repair shop located in King of Prussia. Go to Pro Team Collision. Just a couple stories to pass along at this point in time. In Denver, a pastor and his wife have been indicted on 40 counts of theft, securities fraud, and racketeering related to what's being called a cryptocurrency scam. Prosecutors accuse Eligio and Caitlin Regaldo of soliciting $3.4 million from investors looking to buy their cryptocurrency. Now, Eli allegedly said it was an idea inspired by God.
Oh, God told him
to sell crypto to his flock.
Sell crypto.
Instead of going to the business venture, however, they say that the Regaldos used funds on personal expenses, including a home renovation.
I never said that.
That they say the Lord told them to do, along with airline tickets, hotel rooms, high-end retail merchandise, among other personal expenses.
Take lots of expensive trips.
Prosecutors also say the crypto has no value whatsoever, and every single investor lost every single penny. Come on. A bench trial for the case was held in May. The couple is now waiting for a ruling from the judge.
My brother's moving, and they had potential buyers of the house, and they asked if they would accept crypto to purchase their house.
Only Superman's dog.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so a hotel in Northern California has been the victim of a massive peacock theft. At the Ride Hotel, a customer reported seeing two men grabbing one of the birds and putting it inside a cage on the bed of a pickup truck. Authorities say dozens of the hotel's birds are now missing and are valued at $1,000 for the females and $2,000 for the males. The hotel's
that's a peacock.
The hotel's owner bought 5 birds, 14.
That is a peacock.
Yeah, I remember the original impression.
14 years ago, and they reproduced, eventually becoming a signature of the hotel.
Is that a peacock or a barn owl?
No, I think it's supposed to be like a peahen, right?
Yeah, that was. I heard it like at a resort in the Virgin Islands or something.
Yeah.
That's Nick doing it, by the way.
It's spot on. It's my best impression.
Actually, it is pretty damn.
Yeah.
It's basically your James Cagney.
Yeah.
Now the inventor of the 40 birds has been slashed to just 4 remaining. Authorities are now.
Listen closely, you can hear it.
And now, if you listen in nature, you can hear the call. Authorities are now investigating the peacock robbery as a property crime. So, we'll see what this goes. So,
delightful.
There's been an arrest in the case of the $113,000 Pokemon robbery in New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Is that a Pikachu?
Yeah.
On July 8th, First Edition Collectibles was the victim of smash and grab heists. Saw several valuable Pokemon cards stolen by someone the store owners say clearly knew what they were looking for. Richard Jovan Nunes was taken into custody this week and was charged with 6 counts receiving stolen property over $1,200. Detectives were able to track down Nunes after they received a tip
from a peacock
concerning an attempted sale of Pokemon-based set Unlimited Green Wings booster box.
So I've seen, I was reading this blurb about the enhanced security that these car dealerships and these companies are having to employ because these things are worth so much.
Yeah, most definitely. And sports memorabilia.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
One last story, and then we'll wrap it up. A Southern California nonprofit says it rescued around 400 guinea pigs from a Los Angeles property. If you hear, you can hear the guinea pig. There was where they slept outside without enough food and water. The Southern California Guinea Pig Rescue says that it got that it got a call from the Los Angeles Animal Services this month about a hoarding situation, and they needed help. Animal Services says the owner of the guinea pigs was facing eviction unless all the animals were removed. According to the rescue, a lot of the animals had serious medical issues, including ringworm, pregnancies, open wounds, and neurological issues. The Southern California Guinea Pig Rescue managed to rescue 33 guinea pigs from the property and said Los Angeles Animal Services would remove the remaining animals. The guinea pigs were taken to at least 6 different shelters, but there were 400 of them, man.
Jesus.
Wow. All right. And that is where we will wrap up the Bizarre File for you this morning. While we take a break, think about what we might ask for the lesson question when we return, as we got some goodies to give away in conjunction with that. We'll also get trash and music news. Stay put. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve.
That's it.
There were 5 students at San Rafael High School, and they would meet at 4:20 in the afternoon by the campus statue of Louis Pasteur.
Right.
And they would get high. And they chose that specific time because extracurricular activities had usually ended by then. And the group of guys, Steve Capper, Dave Reddix, Jeffrey Knoll, and Larry Schwartz, and also Mark Gravich, became known as the Waldos because they met at a wall. There was a wall there, and they called them Waldos.
As simple as that.
So they would say 420 to each other just as a code.
Yeah.
So, if they were in the hallways at school, they'd say, 420, and it was just for them to know. Now, the interesting thing is how it got out into
national.
Yeah. And to become part of pop culture. So,
and I want to find out if it has extended to other countries as well.
That is a good question. Yeah. I'll bet you it has. So Reddix, one of the guys, told Time Magazine in 2017, he said, we got tired of the Friday night football scene with all the jocks. We were the guys sitting under the stand smoking a doobie, wondering what we're doing there. And it continued long after 4:20 p.m. as well. The group challenged each other to find ever more interesting things to do under the influence, calling their adventures safaris. Sick. Going safari.
Doobies.
So here's where it started to catch on. So later on, Reddix's brother helped him get work with the Grateful Dead bassist Phil Lesh as a roadie.
That's like the dream job if you're a pothead.
So the band is said to have helped popularize the term 420. And on December 28th, 1990, a group of deadheads in Oakland handed out flyers that invited people to smoke, quote-unquote, 420 on April 20th at 4:20 p.m. And one ended up with this guy named Steve Bloom. And Steve was a former reporter for High Times magazine.
Is that even around anymore?
Yeah, I believe it is.
I would imagine, God, if it had gone away before all of this, it'd be a crime.
So the magazine printed the flyer in 1991 and continued to reference the number, and soon it became known worldwide, it says here, Steve, worldwide as code for marijuana.
You know what High Times should have done? And if they haven't done it yet, maybe they can, because it's such a good idea, Steve. One of their pages should be smokable.
I think I know the case, I think years ago when it was really a controversial magazine and be on the shelf, didn't they include what they call a roach clip? In one of their issues?
No, but like it's a paper.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a paper magazine, like maybe page 4 or page 20.
Right.
And
it's smokable.
Rolling papers or actual marijuana?
No. Like,
but something
like
you
a
can
rolling
roll
paper,
up
like
in.
a blunt wrapper, something that you could roll it into.
I get Acid magazine and their tabs of acid on it. No, it's, I remember how controversial that, look, I don't smoke. I don't use the product myself. Yeah, but again, it's another one of these situations where I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah.
I was fascinated by what's the big in Amsterdam? They have the
Cannabis Cup.
Cannabis Cup. There's a documentary about it that is amazing.
Yep.
I mean, I don't smoke anymore either, but like I did, and it was like sort of ritualistic. I will tell you that like once I started it like kind of like took over. It was like everything to me, and
I have a history with 15. So when I said, I grew up, my sister, my uncles, they were all weed smokers. It was around me even before I was a teenager, and I was kind of used to it. But I started around that time, and I have never quit, and I enjoy it. Now, I am not the level of some weed smokers.
You're not Doug Benson.
There are people who just smoke it all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm an everyday user, but I am not, and I have my medical marijuana card, but I'm not a, just get baked out of my gourd person.
Preston, the agent who used to book me into colleges and booked me around in my early days of stand-up comedy smoked pot the way most people smoke cigarettes,
right?
Like heavy cigarettes. So he was constantly smoking pot. And I'd have to say to him, is there any effect at this point? And he would say, not really. I mean, that's how much he smoked.
Yeah. I remember maybe it was a decade ago, 12 years ago, we would occasionally have people from Normal on our show talking about making it legal and recognizing it. Essentially, for the most part, those guys have won. I mean, I really find it to be fairly it's not really an issue anymore. If you don't want to smoke, you don't have to. If you do, you have options to do so in most states. And I like that. To me, it's one of those things where like it was being done so much anyway. If you want to smoke legally now, most of the places you can. Even Utah, for crying out loud, there are legal shops.
Do you know what's happening now, though? And I just read an article out of California where the image of I'm a local grower and I'm doing my own. Those businesses are getting swallowed up by corporate.
Sure.
Yeah, the same thing's happening with that industry as well.
It's funny though. I mean, because I don't want to be like super prudy and stuff like that, but I do feel like there's a time and place, and like I don't feel like I should be walking through a cloud of pot smoke as I'm walking into the fashion district of Philadelphia, or walking through a cloud of pot smoke as I'm walking down the boardwalk in Wildwood, and it happens. But at the same time, the pot in New Jersey is just as legal as people drinking their White Claws on the beach, and I have no problems with that. But I think the difference is like I'm not smelling your
not wafting over.
You don't get a contact buzz from somebody drinking a beer.
Yeah.
And you may not necessarily from somebody's from smoking weed, but if you're someone who's in recovery and you go by and you smell that, you have inhaled a little bit. You know what I mean? And I can see that be concerning, especially for people who've gone through
What about
recovery.
cigarettes, though, man? You've defended people smoking cigarettes out in front of a building in the past.
Yeah, I know, but I love the smell of cigarettes now.
Everyone picks their poison.
No, in fact, I haven't. Not out in front of the building. Like, I think, like here at this building or like at a mall or something like that, you need to give them cover, right? Like, when it's raining out, it's not like, oh, tough crap, you stinky, filthy smokers. Like, go smoke in the rain.
Stinky people.
Yeah.
But, so you're talking about make some sort of area where they can congregate.
But not for the pot smokers?
Right outside the entrance?
Well, but you're the one that said it, not me.
Yeah, I'm right out. Okay, first of all, it's not legal in Pennsylvania recreationally, right? Like
in Philadelphia, it is.
Yeah.
Recreational smoking legally is recreational in Philadelphia. Pennsylvania's odd because it's by municipality in most areas. Smoking weed, as far as I understand it, is allowed in Philadelphia in public.
I don't know.
Let's check that.
It's the public thing that I'm curious about, Nick. I think that you can have small amounts and it's okay, but consumption, there are regulations on when and where you can do that.
Can you be the mayor giving a speech smoking a blunt?
You're the mayor, man. Go for it.
Yeah.
So let me see here. Whether people buy marijuana legally in New Jersey or illegally in the underground market, it's a crime for them to possess, consume, grow, or sell marijuana in Pennsylvania.
Except in certain instances.
Okay. All right. Well, we can.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's odd. And that's part of the reason why it's still so strange is that there are, it varies from state to state. And not only does it vary from state to state in Pennsylvania, it varies from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh.
And federally, you can still get in trouble for it, even though it's legal.
Oh, they got to shake all this stuff out. What kills me, Preston, is about this, the creation of 420 as a thing. There's a good organization attached to a commercial that we run on air that mentions DBH. Do bong hits is what I hear.
Of course.
And that this thing would take off and become the thing from a school playground with DBH was your school thing.
Yep, that was our thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And our
DBH,
thing,
we had it written all over our notebooks and stuff,
Our thing in college was, Hendrix, right? So we would be at a party or whatever, like, okay, we're going to be at Hendrix at like midnight. All right, meet me at Hendrix. But Hendrix was a gravestone. It was somebody's name. And there was a graveyard next to our fraternity house, and all the way back in the far back of the cemetery.
That's where you guys would congregate?
Right next to this big tree. It was the biggest, and the last name on the headstone was Hendrix. And it was, so when you're talking about DBH and 420, like
these things become lore.
They're these cool little ritualistic things that and it's code, right? Like not everybody knew what Hendrix was, and you could say that, and people knew what you were talking about.
Right.
I think line one might be able to help us.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I have Mike on the phone, who is a police officer in Philadelphia. Hey, Mike, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good. Well, we're a little confused, Mike. That's clear.
But that's par for the course.
Maybe you can help us out here. What's the story with marijuana, smoking it, possessing it in Philadelphia?
So it is recreational use. You can walk down the street and smoke it. It is basically when I'm working in the city and we're driving by and you smell it, it's like, oh, well, that's just the new smell of Philly. So instead of, you get down to the subway when we're working down there and you're like, oh, that's the smell of Philly. But up on the street, it's just the smell of weed everywhere.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that you could smoke it outside. And that is Nick correct in that it's only
Here's the thing. I'm partially correct, and maybe, Mike, you can expand a little bit upon this. It's decriminalized. However, it's not legal. But I don't know what the difference between decriminalization and legality is.
I mean, realistically, there is no. I'm sure there is a nuance, and if you're caught with it with like a certain amount and it's all baggied up.
After the hour of 10 o'clock with the Preston and Steve Show, we're going to be wrapping up just a tad bit earlier than usual today. So if you have been keeping track of the letters for the Word of the Week prize, I just want you to be aware that we're going to be wrapping that up by about 10:15 or so. Got to get rolling for a thing today. So a lesson question time. We are going to give away a $50 gift card to Roy Rogers if you can answer his question correctly. Now, this was uttered around 7:30 this morning. What tourist attraction is sometimes known as the Lou Turks of San Francisco? 610-660-9333 is the number. Okay, what tourist attraction is sometimes known as the Lou Turks of San Francisco? 610-660-9333, our number. Call that right now if you know the answer.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you this morning by Paramount Pictures presenting The Naked Gun. This summer experience comedy so funny it should be illegal. Directed by Akiva Schaffer and from producer Seth MacFarlane. The Naked Gun is in theaters nationwide today, August 1st. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Preston, Tyrese potentially looking at jail time if he fails to pay $500,000 in delinquent divorce lawyer fees dating back to 2009. Amazingly, Tyrese somehow felt underserved by lawyers who waited 16 years to get paid. A piece of pop culture history is hitting the auction block when an iconic 2006 Mercedes-Benz, once belonging to Britney Spears, goes up for auction next week. Britney often cited the vehicle as her favorite car to tool around town in. And finally, a teaser trailer for a new Lifetime reality series focusing on Julie Crisley's fight to be freed from prison has just debuted. From what we understand, the series is titled The Shawshank Redemption.
I love it. All right, let's see if you know the answer to this. What tourist attraction is sometimes known as the Lou Turks of San Francisco? We will go to Russell, see if he knows the answer. Hey, Russell, morning, man.
Look what I get to do.
Yeah. All right, Russell, what tourist attraction is sometimes known as the Lou Turks of San Francisco?
Alcatraz.
Yes. Alcatraz. Hold on. We're going to give you a $50 gift card to Roy Rogers. The legend has returned. Roy Rogers back in the area with their newest location in Cherry Hill. You can download the Rewards app and get a free sign-up bonus. Roy Rogers, beef, burgers, chicken.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, we're going to start off with this. We played a song earlier this morning. It was a cover of a Bad Company song, and Bad Company is being celebrated with their first ever star-studded tribute album. It is coming out on October 24th. It's called Can't Get Enough, a tribute to Bad Company, and will feature bands such as The Pretty Reckless, Joe Elliott and Phil Collins of Def Leppard, Slash with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, Hailstorm, and more. And Paul Rogers and drummer Simon Kirke are also going to appear on the album.
Oh, that's cool.
Joe Elliott says, I loved Bad Company since the very beginning. A phenomenal combination of two of my favorite bands, Free and Mott the Hoople. What's not to love? What a privilege it is for myself and Phil to cover one of my favorite Bad Company songs with Paul and Simon. Wow. Slash said Bad Company was the background music of an important period in my youth, and they were such a great band and a huge influence on me, and they still are today. So some of the songs featured, Hailstorm will do Shooting Star with Paul Rogers
that's a
being
great song.
Featured on there. Slash and Miles Kennedy will be doing Feel Like Making Love. The Struts, we played this morning Rock and Roll Fantasy, which is a great cover of that. Dirty Honey is doing Rock Steady. Great song. Joe Elliott and Phil Collins with Paul Rogers and Simon Kirke are doing the song Seagull, which I have to admit is the only song on here that I don't know. There's also a band called Blackstone Cherry doing, I love this song, Burnin' Sky. I had forgotten about that one. And The Pretty Reckless is actually doing a free song. They're doing All Right Now.
Oh.
And I cannot wait to hear that. So that's coming out on October 24th.
Yeah, that's cool.
In the wake of Ozzy Osbourne's death, fans are rallying behind a petition to get Chipotle to honor the late rock legend with a custom burrito fittingly dubbed the Ozzy. The Prince of Darkness was famously obsessed with the chain, claiming during an episode of his family's reality show, The Osbournes, that he ate 2 burritos a day and even scored Chipotle's first ever celebrity card. Since his passing, thousands have shared burrito tributes online. And now with over 7,000 signatures, fans are hoping that Chipotle will immortalize Ozzy's love for burritos with a menu item worthy of rock loyalty.
He should have been buried in a huge burrito.
They should have wrapped him in a tortilla.
Yeah. Casey, they got to call you, man.
Seriously.
Yeah. So yesterday, the legendary Spinal Tap released details for their upcoming album, Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. The album will feature appearances by Elton John on 2 tracks and Paul McCartney and Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood as well. Both the album and the movie come out the same day, September 12th. So the official track list is as follows. Track 1 is Nigel's Poem, followed by Let's Just Rock Again, Flower People featuring Elton John. Then you have Brighton Rock, The Devil's Just Not Getting Old. The one featuring Paul McCartney is called Cups and Cakes. Then we have I Kissed a Girl, Angels, Big Bottom with Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. Judge and Jury. Then you have, this is my favorite title on the list, Rockin' in the Urn, Blood to Let, and then they're going to have Stonehenge featuring Elton John as well.
We do have a clip. I don't know if he pressed for time, but you have to
here we go.
Stonehenge, where the demon dwell, where the fight to live and the to live well. Stonehenge, where a man's a man and the children dance to the pipes of Pan.
So that's coming out.
The Pipes of Pan.
September 12th. All right, and then finally, Hailstorm's Everest album is having a release party and an art gallery. It's coming up August 7th and 8th at Old City Jewish Art Center, which is 119 North 3rd Street in Philadelphia. These are both free events, by the way. The gallery will feature original works of art by Lizzie Hale and photography of Hailstorm guitarist Joe Hottinger. The gallery opens on Thursday and is free, open to the public that day from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then Friday, August 8th, day the album actually comes out. It's RSVP only and includes a live Q&A with the entire band, hosted by our own Sarah Parker.
And everyone who attends gets an old Jewish person.
Well, I don't know about that, but you can win your way into Friday's Q&A on the contest page at WMMR.com, and our 5 winners will get early access and tickets to the Hailstorm and Volbeat concert on August 9th at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. So check this out now at WMMR.com, and that's what I have in music news. We're going to take one more break. When we get back, we're wrapping up the program, giving away our Word of the Week prize, so you stay right where you are.
Preston and Steve.
Yeah, it could be that it's criminalized. However, it's gotten to the point now where it's so prevalent out there that there's no point in doing anything about it because of how willing people are to just say, oh, okay, yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and it's so low level that it's hardly worth the waste of time.
Exactly.
And
like,
to make-
I mean,
yeah.
you know, somebody. So the biggest things you get is still federally, it's not, and I'm a federal law enforcement. So for even for us though, we're not touching it because there's no, you know, nobody's going to touch for a couple joints or a couple, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to even mess with it. But if you're flying out of the airport and you have it in your bag, like your carry-on bag, and they do the search, yeah, it's getting confiscated. You're not going to go through it because at that point, once you go through, it's a federal building.
That's why you got to pick up the ass buddy for transporting your pots.
Right. I mean,
So they're going to confiscate, but they're not going to arrest you?
Correct. It depends on the amount, though. I mean, you might get like a citation and like almost like an ROR where they're going to give you a citation for it, depending. But most of the time, they're just going to take it and let you travel on, especially if you have a medical marijuana card.
Yeah.
But they could,
and
right?
There are some nuances. There are some nuances with that where, and I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not 100% privy on it because that's more local level.
Right.
And I know for us, we're not dealing with it unless we're actually finding it by the tonnage or the big pounds, and then it's like, oh, all right, that's for us.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you a different question? Because I've heard about from people who said they don't want to get a medical marijuana card because then they wouldn't be able to purchase a firearm. It's like you can have one or the other, but you can't have both. Is that
that is false.
Okay.
False. Okay.
That is false. So I have friends of mine that have the medical marijuana card and also have a Pennsylvania state carry permit. So it is false. It's there's obviously if you get caught carrying and you were smoking and you're high, yeah, there's some implications, right? It's just like drinking. Like even for me as a Fed, I can basically carry anywhere. However, where I can't carry is anytime if I decide to have a drink, right? I'm not supposed to have it on me, and if I do, that's it. It doesn't matter who I am and what I am. It's an automatic. Oh, okay, yep, you're done.
Okay,
right?
So
because that's the implications.
Let me ask you, Mike. So I do a lot of human trafficking, but I want to get a Class C license.
Yeah,
is that going to be an issue?
I mean, it won't be, but what's your address again?
All right, Mike. We appreciate the info. Take care, bud.
No problem. Thanks for talking.
All right, see you later.
Hi, Mike.
All right, we actually have a police sergeant.
There you go.
Who wants to correct a couple of things that Mike may have missed out on. So, and he's in Philly as well. Hey, Joe. Good morning.
Hey, it's just that you look so nice.
That's a great callback.
All right, Joe. What? We're good, man. So, what's the? What can you clear up about this conversation?
Yes, I need to retrain Mike. Mike's pretty close on a couple things. It is not legal. It is decriminalized.
Okay.
Meaning, anything less than 30 grams possession, it will be confiscated, and you get issued a ticket for $25.
Okay.
If you're smoking it, the ticket is actually $100. But a code violation notice is the same thing we issue for a house with high grass, or if you're like smoking in the entrance of a business because businesses don't allow smoking. It's a ticket.
Okay.
So it's not that big a deal as long as you pay it. There's no criminal offense. You don't have to disclose anything on a job application.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
That's what I thought. I thought that there was that you can't be just standing out on a sidewalk, on a public sidewalk, just huffing away. I thought that was, if not illegal, some type of a violation.
Yeah, but it's become so prevalent. It's almost become that drinking a beer in a brown paper bag.
Right.
Cops aren't going to chase everybody through the park.
Yeah,
you're on your
it's
porch, or your
situational.
house, or in your car. We're not going to make an issue about it.
Joe, you'd gum up. I mean, if you were to go after everybody, you'd be gumming up. The paperwork alone would be insane going through all that stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd make it 2 blocks from headquarters before I get
All right, say, Sergeant, real quick, because I just got another text from my friend who is a state trooper here in Pennsylvania, and he says that guy is absolutely wrong about the medical marijuana card and firearms. He says you absolutely cannot have a medical marijuana card and purchase a firearm in Pennsylvania. He
Is
said
it
that
purchase
is
a firearm or
purchase
concealed permit?
purchase a firearm.
Your state trooper friend is exactly right. If you have a medical marijuana card in Pennsylvania, it automatically prevents you from being able to apply for and purchase a firearm.
But if you had a firearm first, what if you had a firearm first?
In theory, you're supposed to turn it into the state if you get caught. Now, I imagine nobody's kicking down your door to take your legally purchased firearm because you got a card. But it's probably in your best interest to maybe not disclose.
Wow.
Why is that, though?
Just go visit Jersey more often.
Why is that? What is the reasoning behind that?
Because it's federal. So the state, which is
got it.
when you purchase a firearm, you have to register it with the state.
Right.
When you purchase that firearm, because it's state, it's all submitted to the federal government.
All right.
Whereas
Got
the
it.
federal government, all marijuana is still illegal.
All right, Joe, let me throw this scenario out to you. Let's say I have a medical marijuana card. I am defending my home. Someone breaks into my house. I have a firearm. I use it. Does that complicate things?
It can and it can't. What you're looking at, I mean, is you can justify the use of deadly force. In theory, I can take my firearm and leave it at my father's house. And if my father used that firearm to defend his property, he violated no law. He was not in possession of that firearm outside the house.
Okay.
Hey, Joe, what about driving under the influence of marijuana? And does that vary from state to state?
It does. And one of the issues in Pennsylvania they've talked about is because we're kind of decriminalizing and there's the medical, when you get pulled over for DUI for alcohol, there's a limit you have to reach. It's 0.08 is the limit of alcohol. If you're below 0.08, you don't get charged with an offense.
Right.
If you have any marijuana in your system, and I believe it can last anywhere from 3 to 7 days, depending on the level. If you have any marijuana in your system, you're automatically charged.
DUI.
Even if it's you smoked weed 2 days ago and you have trace amounts, because that they test for, I think this. There's a doctor in court who does this part, but I always look at his sheets. They test for THC, and I think it's delta hydrocannabinoid 9 or something. And when they test for all of that, as long as it shows up in the system, you're charged with 3802D, which is the drug offense.
So you're just like a bad driver on a certain day, and you just do a dick move as you're driving. But if they test for it, and it could be a couple of days old, they'll charge you with that under the influence?
Yeah, it's one of the things that they've been talking about addressing, because, you can leave the bar and you're at 0.06, you're free to go home, but you have that little bit of marijuana and we smell up on the drug test.
So it's the weird thing, Joe, and we talk about this because there's so many from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, from state to state. There's the lack of parity. And again, I was reading an article in the paper about how it's hard to really, at the time of arrest, determine how far along someone is if they've smoked a lot of pot.
Yeah, they need to refine the testing process, but you would think that would have been done by now. Because it's been around for a long time.
It's one of those things that decriminalization happened so fast, and it was essentially, look, we're just going to, because it was a Philly thing. It was, we're no longer going to arrest for it, we're just going to issue tickets.
Right.
But the state is the one that makes the determination on criminal and motor vehicle code violations, and they have not caught up.
Okay.
So, all right. Can you have a medical marijuana card and a fishing license?
I think so.
They're still working on that.
Hey, the firearms thing, is that nationally or is that just in the state?
He was saying it was federal.
But
so the firearms, it's all submitted federal, so they still fall under federal guidelines. Not every state has a medical marijuana program.
Okay. Got it.
That's still local.
Okay.
They're still state by state.
All right, Sarge, thanks for the info, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
All right, you too.
I'd be the worst. But my brothers are all both law enforcement. I'd be the worst at it. What code is this again?
Yeah.
I forget the Miranda rights, all that stuff. I'd be the worst.
Wow.
I mean, I couldn't even umpire a softball game.
Could you imagine going into a drug bust? I thought you said go into the bag.
Is this infield fly rule?
Thank you for saying that, because the umpire yesterday missed 2 infield fly rules, and we were losing by 1,000 runs. I'm like, please just give us these outs.
Real quick, one of the funniest moments of my life was watching my father try to explain to my mother the infield fly rule. And it took about an hour and a half, and she still doesn't understand it. But boy, did my brothers enjoy the process.
Well, it seems like all this has a multitude of infield fly rules.
Yeah,
People trying to hash out, Nick.
It's confusing. Yeah. It is. But, I mean, things have lightened up so much. If you look back, 25 years ago as opposed to now and where things are. I mean, me as a user, I love it. I think it's great.
You're so right, though, Press, because years ago, I remember he smokes pot.
I know. Or if I were to mention it on the air, would have been, even just a couple of years ago, would have been really taboo.
And now we have advertisers.
Yeah.
Bill walks around toking all day.
I still think of it that way, though, a little bit. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, he's a pot smoker.
My romance with weed is I can remember back to my teenage years, like really good bags specifically of pot that
Play
I
some
would
Journey
get.
faithfully.
And just I hold these great little memories. Now, I also did some really stupid stuff while being high throughout the years, especially in those earlier days, because when you first start trying it, it's augmented in its effect. I mean, and of course they have strains now that'll still get me baked out of my mouth. It is 19 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock on this Friday morning. Thank you for joining us today. We had fun with the Connoisseur, and we did a special taste test segment, which was enjoyable.
I feel a little out of it. I think I have ice cream poisoning.
You overdid it a bit, sir.
Well, I went from 0 ice cream this season to... It was too good.
It was so good.
And it was all melting in front of me exactly the way I like it.
Didn't you feel like a sense of urgency as it was melting in front of you?
There was a patient dying on the table, and I kept screaming at it, fight the bastard.
Yep. So thank you, Nick, for doing all the shopping.
That was fun, man.
Bringing the ice cream, and the staff is going to enjoy it because we got lots.
Also, if you need ice cream ever, Acme has a lot to choose from.
So thanks, everybody. Ryan Shuttleworth
hello.
is here. How you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. It's Pierre's birthday today.
That it is.
And he's out, so you're filling in, but I got to believe there's going to be some mentions of that.
Twists and turns aplenty.
Okay, well, we'll get to that in a second, see what you have coming up. But letter of the day, you ready?
Fire away.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
The Preston and Steve Show, brought to you today by the letter
P as in Pierre.
All right, and we'll take caller number 8. 610-660-9333 is the number. So if you've collected those 4 letters, you now have a word. Call in. And let's see if you can get that right if you're caller number 8. So, yeah, you're in today covering for Pierre on what would be his birthday, what is his birthday. But it would have been Jerry Garcia's birthday.
Yes.
It's Casey's mom's birthday today.
Yes.
A lot of celebrating to do.
Lots of celebrating.
Yeah.
So there'll be a special workforce block dedicated to the aforementioned band you mentioned. We'll get to the Grateful Dead. Fleetwood Mac, the Struts as well, who gave a birthday celebration to the big guy last year. And also some tickets as MMR presents The Revivalist coming up at September at Parks Casino. So lots of fun to be had.
I love it. So we will spend some time with Ryan today, and we are going to go to the phone, see if we can get caller number 8 and give away our Word of the Week prize. And it's Susan who just called in. Hi, Susan. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Susan, do you know what our Word of the Week is?
Yes, it's trap.
It's a trap! That is correct. And Susan, we're going to give you this cool hookup down the shore, 4-pack of rounds at the Big Little Nine Golf Course. Even if you don't play golf, you can go to this golf course. It's a lot of fun. And a 4-pack of same-day combo passes to Maury's Piers as well. So you are set, Susan. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Excellent.
Oh, awesome.
Hang on the line. We'll get all your information. We'll set you up with that. And don't forget that you can visit Big Little Nine to play a beautiful 9-hole par 3 golf course and challenge your wedge game across 89 acres of meadows and water carries. Family friendly. Shoes optional and BYOB encouraged. Visit the happiest golf course on earth. Book a Big Little Nine. Book at biglittle9.com today, by the way. I'm going to take this moment to thank our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show has been brought to you today by Dunkin', and the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin', and also brought to you by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors. Next week is looking really good. Some old friends are going to be on the program. TJ Miller.
We love TJ Miller.
Will be joining us. Chris Hardwick will be on the program. Brian Westbrook will be joining us. Another guy we love, Bill Bellamy.
Nice. He's great.
Will be in the studio, and we'll check in with our old buddy Kevin Smith as well. This will be a chunky, awesome week next week. That is it. All right. So we are done. Rage on. Have yourself a great weekend. The weather's going to be fantastic. Enjoy every bit of it. Be safe, and we'll see you later, gang. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.